It's the 6 o'clock check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's not static AM radio.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody's tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log in with some sirloin bites.
Oh, how did they not get Lindholm? How did they not get Lindholm? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. The Edmonton Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup now because they didn't get Lindholm. Oh, my God. That's amazing. How many of you were acting like that yesterday, right? Sorry, Trev. I didn't mean to get you so rattled first thing in the morning, buddy.
That caught me off guard.
I was just in the corner, just losing it. What's going on, everybody? The Oilers' Stanley Cup run is over. Before it even started, because they didn't get Lindholm, and now their top 6 is garbage. They're going to be fine. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning. You know that it hinged on like what Calgary had to do to make that deal better.
Oh yeah, clearly
That's obviously what it is.
After yesterday's show,
given the haul that Conroy got, I mean, it's.
I think it's pretty clear to see that the Calgary Flames simply could not afford Brett Kulak. They didn't have it. They didn't have the pieces to add to Lindholm to get their hands on Brett Kulak, as the Oilers, obviously, as we talked about yesterday, really want to move a depth veteran defenseman prior to a cup run. That'd make a lot of sense. Anyway, you could chime in right now in the Nasty Chat. You can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox. Go see our friends at PJ's. It is now the month of February. February, right? Not just February. February, just like it's spelt. That means Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and they have a gift for every budget at Paris Jewelers. You can visit them online at parisjewelers.com and take advantage of their flexible financing. Do not pay for 1 year. Get something for the person you love at a very reasonable rate.
That you may not love in a few weeks' time. Who knows? I mean, they're for the fluid relationship.
I would love to see somebody go in, take advantage of the flexible financing options at Paris Jewelers, and then come back like 5 months later and try to make the claim that they don't have to pay for it because the significant other broke their heart. That's it. And if I was one of the suckers of working at, like if I was at PJ's, I'd be like, I get it, man. We've all been there. Yeah. Don't worry about this. Like
the stories they must hear.
And then the executive team's gonna have to sit down with you and be like, you have to stop, helping people with broken hearts. You just can't do it. Paris Jewelers. It's the inbox. It's 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And you can hit us up over there. We will get to a few of your text messages as we work our way through the show this morning. Sask River Pirate is in and says, imagine how excited YouTube Trev will be when he realizes he could be getting paid for working with you guys. What? This is amazing. This is the best day ever. All right, we see. I knew the Lindholm trade was really going to throw. It worked out extremely well after we had full-blown Lindholm trade show yesterday, and then it goes down last night in the fashion that it did. Not only are the Calgary Flames not trading Lindholm to the Oilers, nor were the Oilers ever in the mix for Elias Lindholm.
Well,
I think that's probably. I mean,
depends
maybe
who
a
you
call.
talk to.
Kenny Holland calls everybody. So I mean, I'm sure at some point Kenny Holland was like, "What do you think?" And they're probably like, "No." He's like, "Okay." And then everybody's like, "They might get Lindholm." Ken Holland had a thought once. But to see Lindholm traded to a team that the Edmonton Oilers will either A, have to track down, or B, go through at some point in the postseason creates quite the buzz, quite the story here in Edmonton. So we got time for that today.
And they ain't done yet. Right?
The Canucks?
I don't know. The Flames, the Canucks, maybe both of them.
Overall, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I like the pickup for the Canucks, and I like the return for the Calgary Flames.
Yep.
And I know some people are already asking, like, what do you think this leads to the Flames trading more players? And if they can get returns like this, then yes, I could see that. They got a forward right now who can step in, who had shown really nice glimpses.
Yeah.
Over the beginning of his career at the Vancouver Canucks, just didn't seem to be working this year. So, fresh start for Kuzmenko in Calgary. We'll see how it goes. They picked up the 2 young defensemen, both third-round picks. And then they get the 2024 first for Lindholm, who's a UFA at the end of the year.
And Vancouver keeps Höglander.
Well, there
a
you
tiny
go.
player. I don't know. I
Yeah.
know that there was some Canucks fans saying, no, please. They give up the prospect as well and the couple of picks. But
Yeah.
I think everybody's
couple
kind of happy
prospects,
here, eh?
couple picks, Kuzmenko for Lindholm. I mean, it's I know it's two bitter rivals of your Edmonton Oilers, but this is a decent trade for both teams. The Canucks paid a hefty price, especially if they can't keep Lindholm around. If they could get Lindholm signed, then you like this deal a heck of a lot more. But I still don't mind it, considering Kuzmenko had kind of fallen out of favor there. And, the Vancouver Canucks are probably looking at it. And, if you read or discuss or listen to the analytics crowd, the Vancouver Canucks might not be as dominant as their point total would lead them to believe. So maybe the Canucks are even looking at that going, hey, we're really good. Are we this good? Maybe not. But let's try to take a run at this thing. Let's go out and get Elias Lindholm. So, there's lots of questions coming out of this. We'll get to it as we work our way through the 6 o'clock hour today. But if you want to react to it, you can hit us up. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And in the Nasty Chat as well. Nasty Chat is absolutely hopping. YouTube Trout, quickly, your thoughts on this deal. What do you come out on it?
Yeah, it's a fair trade. I mean, the Oilers were never. I didn't buy into it. As much as the idea was, I love the idea, but you just look at what they offered. The Oilers were never going to offer. They never had those options. There was people in the Nasty Chat saying, Connor Brown, throw Connor Brown in there, throw this and that. It's you look what they got in return. The Flames did a really, really good job. And as for the Canucks, I mean, that's going to be amazing. Lindholm is a player that I actually thoroughly enjoy. He's an Oilers killer. I don't like him for that reason, but he shows up. In the last 2 seasons, since Tkachuk and Gaudreau have left, he's kind of taken a step back, but he's always been more of a complimentary player, less than a driver, and we've kind of seen that in the last 2 years, right? As soon as Tkachuk goes, as soon as Gaudreau goes, he's kind of been okay, well, I can't really do this on my own. He gets Huberdeau, but I mean, he has his flaws in his own in himself, right? So he's going to the Canucks. He was drafted as a winger. I know people are saying they got the best center depth in the league now, but he was drafted as a winger, right? It wasn't until I think later in I forget what season it was, but they were like, no, let's slot him in as a center, and then that ended up working wonders for the Flames, right? So I could see it working out, him and Pettersson, that just the Swedish connection. I think that's really going to work. But a lot of people saying, a lot of people are just remember what happened with the New York Rangers last year, right? They bolstered their lineup, getting Patrick Kane and Vladimir Tarasenko. And it kind of hindered their team, right? It doesn't really. So time will tell. I'm a little curious to see how it will work, but who knows? Time will tell. I think right out of the gate, though, Lindholm is a solid addition. You can kind of throw him. He's very versatile.
Yeah, you can move him around.
You can move him around, right? A good right shot. He's a great playmaker. He's 2 seasons off of 90, 80 points. I forget what it was. I know he got 42 goals that season. He's an unbelievable talent. So I think it's gonna. I really see this working. Whether he's it's gonna be insane. So yeah, I mean, it works for both teams. It really does.
What say you? You can hit us up in the nasty chat today, or of course you can text us anytime. Paris Steelers inbox. One of you could end up winning text of the day for A&W. Spicy dill pickle mama burger is back, and now it's available as a buddy burger starting at just $3.99. These grass-fed beef burgers are topped with pickles, onion slice, real cheddar cheese, slathered in creamy spicy dill pickle sauce as well. Available for a limited time only at A&W. Millwood's Matt is in and says, the only thing I'm curious is how is this going to affect all of the prices up till the trade deadline, since that was a lot for Lindholm. Yeah, all I can imagine is the Montreal Canadiens with Sean Monahan are that gif of that guy in the yellow jacket by the tree rubbing his hands. Yeah. You know the one I'm talking about? He's like, this is gonna be good, because
Skywalker after he kissed his sister, right? The tongue in the
yesterday, general manager of the Montreal Canadiens.
Put your feet up.
Sits back like his sister just laid one on him.
Right on him.
God, Monahan is having an excellent season. 35 points in 49 games with the Montreal Canadiens. That's going to be a first-round pick plus. I mean, it just is. There's going to be a contender that steps up and pays a hefty price for Sean Monahan. Monahan, man, you'd love to see Monahan. He'd be a great depth guy. This makes sense for the Canucks to pay this price, because the Canucks did need a few more bodies, in my opinion, in their top 6. They've obviously got a top 3 that are having phenomenal seasons. But I think Lindholm is the perfect guy to kind of slide into that group. So good pickup for the Canucks. They paid a pretty good price considering the situation the Calgary Flames are in. I think Flames fans would have to be pretty happy with the return in this deal as well. And in the end, it's a trade that kind of works out for everybody involved. So it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one for the National Hockey League. We'll see where I got a bunch of questions here that I'm sure Oilers fans are kind of asking. So we'll get into that as we work our way through the show this morning. 6 o'clock hour, we got lots of time. We got the Lewis Hamilton news that we're going to have to get to. We got we're going to Vegas. We're going to discuss that a little bit more and how you're going to have a chance to win a trip to Vegas as well. Tomorrow is the captain's draft. We got an update on the draft order there, so we'll get into that. Luke Gazdic's going to join us just after 7 o'clock. We got your Cool Bet hotline of the day coming up today. I got beef. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Was that yesterday you were at Acme? Or was it 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah. Got a little treat for you. Got a little meat treat.
Can't wait. Show meat. 7:30 today. Show meat alert. Ian Rapoport will be by 7:45. We are in the week before Super Bowl week. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. I says pardon. We'll get to that around 8:30 this morning. And Scalding Hot Takes as I look to defend the Mitt. Your Honor, Joaquin Gage, Scalding Hot Takes judge.
The magistrate. He'll
be in around 8:45 today, and he'll be judging Scalding Hot Takes. Also to have Gager in on the day that Lewis Hamilton is getting announced to go to Ferrari for not this season but next season is absolutely huge. How about this? I found it! Yeah!
DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS.
Oh, yeah. DRS song. I found it. I was in full-blown panic mode, as the boys can attest to. I was sitting here before the show. I'm like, I cannot find the DRS song. And then I ended up just searching the computer, and it just popped up randomly. Right
We thought
before
it was
the show.
gone forever.
Yeah, we were a little worried that it might have just been lost for all the time. But instead we have it. Nice transition into
Somewhere.
some F1 discussion. I got a text out to Tim Haraney. I'd like to snag Tim and have him slide into the show in the third hour today. All of our songs are brought to you by Sport Ball because kids love music and kids love Sport Ball. Visit www.sportball.ca. It is the best way, hands down, to get your kids started in sports. It's not like that intimidating atmosphere of getting into hockey, or I hear soccer's like insane. So yeah, just go play Sport Ball. Just go play Sport Ball. www.ca, www.sportball.ca. And they are doing spring registration right now. So hop on the website, check out all the different programs, get your kids in it. I'm telling you, as Michael J. Fox said, as Marty McFly in Back to the Future, your kids are going to love it.
I thought you had a Spin City quote loaded up here.
Man, wouldn't that be something if I started dropping Spin City quotes? God, you know what? Confession, I never saw Spin City.
Star-studded cast.
Is it?
For its time, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Man, I would like that. I'm a huge fan of Michael J. Fox. I never got into Spin City.
yeah, Spin City.
Was that what it was? That was it. It was Spin City, right?
I had that one guy, Richard Kind.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know the face. I'll
okay.
tweet a picture of him.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. That's how we communicate when we're doing the show because it's so busy. Nielson Show uninterrupted. We don't have time to do anything except to put out tweets and be like, "Can you check my Twitter?" Let's see.
That guy right there. Remember
Oh
him?
yeah, I remember that guy. He's a bunch of good things.
Funny guy, yeah. Funny guy.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. So yeah, man, I woke up today. Somebody had slid into my. Slid into my.
It was Gager.
No, it wasn't Gager. In fact, Gager must be still sleeping.
Oh no.
Because if Gager was up right now, he would be in the nasty chat, absolutely freaking out. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody just DM me, and I, you know what I like? This is when you know that a segment's working. He DMs me the link to Hamilton joining Ferrari with in caps. I says pardon. I was just like, nice. I knew I says pardon would catch on with people, and this isn't even really going to be our I says pardon today. We'll get to that around 8:30 today. But Lewis Hamilton expected to join Ferrari for the 2025 season. This is something that people have kind of just sort of assumed at some point in his career he would end up with Ferrari. Carlos Sainz, so they're going to be rolling Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton
Sainz
in 2025.
Yeah.
Well, I see Sainz being linked to Williams now. I'm like, oh, Carlos Sainz, you had it sitting there. And it's the whole Ferrari thing. Ferrari's just been such an inconsistent pile of crap the last few years that you're just like, damn it. Kind of wasted this Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, young guys working their way up thing. And I think the real question here, and if we can track down Haraney, it'd be great. Gager for sure when he's in the magistrate for Scalding Hot Takes today, and Gager's on the hangout today as well. Jerry Modijon, the big Jahizi, and Joaquin Gage on the hangout. I think that's who I said's on the hangout. Right? It's Modijon today.
Joaquin and
Joaquin and
Modijon?
Jerry. Yeah, that should be a good one.
that's a big hangout.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's
intimidating.
That's a large crew on the hangout today. I wonder who gets that second seat at Mercedes now to roll with George Russell. Like, would you not look at Carlos Sainz? Or are they just bringing another young guy up? I mean, Mercedes has got to roll with a heavy hitter.
You got to have some sort of
Got to have a heavy hitter there.
some sort of resume, some sort of tenure, I guess you could argue. Yeah.
Ferrari must have shown something to Lewis Hamilton for the 2025, 2026 season with whatever cars they're developing. Or he just wanted to kind of be a part of the legendary Ferrari team before he calls it quits. I don't know. But a seismic shift in Formula One, which is pretty good. I like that. Sheldon is in. Says Mercedes will now sabotage Lewis all year. It's all about Russell.
Well,
I mean, that is the weird
awkward,
thing.
yeah.
Does that ever happen in soccer? Like, do you ever see teams, like, a guy announces that he's leaving and they're just like, whatever, you're going to be benched
You can
now.
say, like, if your contract's running out
Yeah.
at the end of the season. Like, now, it's funny that this happens on the last day of the transfer window as well, like January 31st,
Yeah,
the
same
soccer
right there.
transfer window. But, I mean, it can happen, but not when you're, like, getting ready and suited up to start and begin a campaign. It's usually halfway through, and you're like, okay, and then you have a bit of a celebratory send-off or whatever it is. But to now show up day one, like, let's get to work, that type of thing, and you have a whole season in front of you, a whole campaign. It is too bad, though, right? Netflix Drive to Survive, like, that's done. Like, this would have been...
Yeah,
this
that
would have been a
season.
hell of a
Well,
season.
now you're going to have to wait like a full year for that season, I think. Yeah. Who knows? They usually can mix in some pretty good things. RC Anderson says, the best sitcoms of the 2010s, Modern Family, Parks and Rec. I never watched either till the last few years. Yeah, I had not watched Modern Family until, I guess, kind of through the pandemic. We banged that one out, and my wife had already watched it. She's like, you have to watch Modern Family. You'll love it. And I was like, fine, I'll watch your lame family show. And it ended up being one. Yeah.
It's the best
like
part
Phil
of it.
Dunphy is a hero. He's a hero. I absolutely love that show. That's a good one. 780-218-9999. This text is in this morning. It says, I, for one, think it's a big win for Vancouver. Lindholm for two third round pick prospects, a very late first round pick, and a guy that was sitting in the press box to be determined. Like, these are all ways you can look at it. And
people are painting it from both directions. It's very fascinating to see.
Because if you're on the other side of this, you're Calgary, you're going, likely we're going to lose him anyway. Got a player that can play in your lineup right now. Got two defensive prospects, one of which was leading the Ontario Hockey League in scoring at one point. I don't know if he still is. And then a first-round pick and another conditional pick, which will probably be like if Lindholm signs, whatever, they get another pick.
Babbage Stash argues the price wasn't actually that high, just a lot of quantity.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the angle as well. Kuzmenko and Tocchet had a bit of a thing going on, a negative thing. Maybe this is now a chance for him to reignite things.
What if like a fresh start in the top six in Calgary for Kuzmenko leads to a 30-goal season next year? Then it's looking pretty good.
It could very well happen. And, for Lindholm, like, you could also look at it. He's kind of been struggling. He'd be the first to say, like, he had a 20-game goalless drought this year. Like, that's not that good, obviously. Like, Lindholm was popping off, as we've seen in years prior. So, and also, who knows? It could be a rental. I imagine they're definitely going to want to keep the guy. But he's coming off of, this is his last year at, like, $4.95 million. He's going to want, maybe double that, if that's, I could see him, going for that, right? Like, he could be an $8 million, $7 million player. So time will tell.
Let's get to this text. Keep pounding the inbox today here for PJs. This is a good one. Ferrari to Lewis Hamilton.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, Joe.
I love you, Scott.
Mercedes to Daniel Ricciardo.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, Joe.
I love you, Scott.
Lewis Hamilton getting away from the failed design of Mercedes and joining Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
God, that's what, I just had that sitting there. I was like, what? How come I haven't played this in a while? That's good. Somebody get in the mix for text of the day here. Keep these rolling in today.
Can we get a conch here? H.E. Pennypacker?
Oh, I love this.
My wife and I get a conch for sending the papers for our new car last night at Park Mazda.
Park Mazda. Damn it. Advertising works. I'm gonna send that to Mitch right now. That should be good for 2 more years with Park Mazda. Boom. Love it. H.E. Pennypacker, my man.
H.E. Pennypacker.
Beautiful. And I'm sure the process was extremely smooth with our great partners over at Park Mazda. Yeah, we got to read this to Teef text, eh?
Yeah, you do.
Anytime a Teef rolls in with decent effort into a text, I kind of have to get to it. Good morning, boys.
Yeah.
By the way, if you've never met a Teef,
doing a meet and greet, Super Bowl.
We're setting up a signing.
Meet and greet, AMA, whatever, the whole thing.
He's a man in the chair.
Yeah.
A Teef will be there. You can join us. Century Casino, Fort Road, Super Bowl party. It's going to be great. Good morning, boys. My voice is actually set up really well for this. I had like a sneeze attack yesterday. I sneezed like 18 times in a row.
You're perfect.
Lost
now.
my
You're
voice for an hour and a half.
Okay.
It was wild. Good morning, boys. Today is February 1st. I woke up on my day off, could not find my glasses. I found them. They're clean. We are 13 days away from the worst day of the year, Valentine's Day. What a farce.
Jeez.
The Vancouver Canucks made this trade because they're scared of the Edmonton Oilers. They don't even have 6 o'clock or lager, suckers. Atif. Damn it, Atif, coming in hot. You gotta love some Atif at 6:27 on a Thursday morning in which the Oilers haven't played for like almost a week.
Woke up on his day off, lost his glasses, found them. They're clean.
They're clean.
Hates
Amazing.
Valentine's Day. It's a farce. And then the Canucks made the deal just because they're scared of the Oilers. They don't even have 6 o'clock or loggers.
Checks off a lot of boxes.
Amazing. 3 lines.
Checks off a lot of boxes. The Dragon is in. First text ever. Man, I love the fact that you're rolling in first text ever and you're taking claim of the Dragon.
Been a few of those lately.
That's good. The Dragon to the Paris Jewelers inbox right now, or the other way around. Reverse it.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. I love you, John. Oh, I love you, son.
That is good. The Canucks just freed up $5.5 million in cap space next year as well. That's a big part of the package. I mean, I'm sure they'd love to just give that to Lindholm, and then tack on a few more bucks along the way here. But the Dragon, also spelled Dragan. The Dragan.
Dragan.
The Dragan. The Dragan rolling in. This one is in and says, you have gold with this Atif stuff.
Well,
this isn't a bit, though. This is just Atif. He's a beauty.
come meet him.
I love the fact that he mixed in, woke up, couldn't find my glasses. They're clean. But that makes sense because for a guy who has woken up many times not being able to find my own glasses, they're usually never clean. They're always smudged. Like it's a miracle. It's a miracle what happened for Atif today.
Joe Balaneski wants Atif with his own table and a roped-off queue for his autograph session at the Super Bowl party. I'd agree. Why not?
Atif has snuck 6 o'clock or lager into Rogers Place. He brought clam chowder to the casino. I mean, this guy basically gets whatever he wants. Tails is in and says, who cleaned his glasses?
Well, that's the
hashtag Atif's #1 fan.
It's the mystery now.
That's a really good point. Did somebody sneak into Atif's room, wash his glasses, then also put them in a place where he thinks he'd be missing them? These are all things that you're wondering. All things that you're wondering.
But you can get answered February 11th at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. All right, second half of the 6 o'clock hour is going to be jam-packed. The draft order is set for the captain's draft. We're going to get to that coming up here. I went against the grain a little bit. I sat there for about 45 minutes last night researching captains and how this first couple of rounds might go, and then I made my decision. So we will get into...
made your decision?
Yeah, you were on the text thread last night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about here kind of making your picks already.
No.
Doing a mock draft. I know how much you love mock drafts.
I decided
to mock this captain draft here.
I decided to just keep my options open. We'll get to that coming up here just after 6:30. We're off to Vegas on Monday to do 3 days worth of shows down there. We're looking forward to that. Another quarterback renegotiates his contract in the CFL, and Strevler is back. We're going to get into that as well.
That's what that tweet meant. Hey?
Yeah, that had to have been it. And then, there's a bunch of questions from the Oilers and Oilers fans about this Canucks Flames deal. So we'll certainly get into that. But let's get to a sports update for Green Plan with Lieutenant Eric.
Final night of NHL action prior to the All-Star break. Alex Turcotte with his first NHL goal. Kings double up the Preds 4-2. Nashville have dropped 3 straight, while LA snap a 4-game slide. Shane Pinto scoring in overtime. Ottawa topping Detroit 3-2, and Frankie Vetrano with the winner as the Ducks rally to knock off the Sharks 3-2 in overtime. Oilers back in action Tuesday in Vegas as they chase 17 straight wins. Yesterday, the Flames dealing Elias Lindholm to the Canucks for a package, including forward Andrei Kuzmenko. All-Star Weekend kicks off tonight with the PWHL 3-on-3 showcase, as well as the All-Star Player Draft with the skills competition set for tomorrow. Seven-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton has been linked with a shock move from Mercedes to Ferrari next year. This according to multiple reports this morning. Sky Sports News said Hamilton would leave Mercedes after the 24 season, replacing Carlos Sainz Jr. at Ferrari. NBA saw the Blazers over the Bucks 119-116. Damian Lillard, 25 points on his return to Portland. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 34 as the Thunder beat the Nuggets 105-100. OKC remain a game back in Minnesota for tops in the West. Celtics host the Lakers in one of 4 games tonight. Raptors visit Houston tomorrow. Camrose clip and Lloydminster 6-5 in the lone AJHL game. Action will resume tomorrow with 3 games, and you can join the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew, plus a Teeth, for Super Bowl 58 at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Menu items under $10 and 6 o'clock or longer available throughout the day. This sports update brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental planning and consulting services. Whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential, you can plan it right with Green Plan. Visit green-plan.com or give them a call, 780-455-4292.
DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS.
6:33 with the AM Nasty Belineski in the Nasty Chat over on YouTube. Hey, and if you're watching on YouTube right now and you've not yet subscribed, can you click subscribe for us? That would be great. Making a push up towards 7,000 subs. Would love to hit that number before we head off to Shiny Vegas next Monday. But Belineski's in it, says the upcoming season of Drive to Survive will end with the Hamilton news and then fade to black like the end of The Sopranos.
Yeah.
That is how they could easily end like that, because that's, boom, the end of the offseason. There you go. Like, that would be, yeah. Well, that'll be good. That'll be really good.
So this was all planned, hey, in the end? Like this.
Yeah. Well, after NASCAR launched their Netflix series, Formula One's like, well, I guess Lewis Hamilton is going to Ferrari. And the drama continues on the auto circuit. Which is fun. The return of Bane is in. It says Craig Conroy is a genius. There we go. I like it. People are getting fired up this morning. Why not? This one is in. Gleason to the Paris Jewelers inbox. By the way, Nielson Show coming to you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. If you've not yet got your hands on the Oilers Collectors Cups, I'll just say it. I'll just be honest. This is a show about honesty. I'm very disappointed in you. Go to Popeyes, get the Oilers meal. You're looking at a regular chicken sandwich or a spicy chicken sandwich, whatever you want. Cajun fries, you get the nugs, you get the medium drink, you get the dipping sauce, and you get one of the 4 collector's cups. You probably already missed out on Hyman if you didn't get it. They got Nurse, they got Ekholm, and they got the Nuge on Valentine's Day. Only at Popeyes, and all Popeyes locations can get that done for you. Gleason texts in. Who cares what the knuckleheads or flamers do? Oilers have been taking care of business. If there's a deal out there, it will happen. No worries. All right. I like it. Faith in the Oilers brass.
To which I replied, Kenny's on it.
Does this trade of Lindholm, if yesterday morning you were watching or listening to this show, you can listen on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you were listening to this show or any of our shows yesterday here on EST, and you thought, yeah, I'm not worried about the Canucks. Like we asked the last couple of days, who's the biggest roadblock in the West for the Edmonton Oilers? And we heard healthy Golden Knights. We heard Colorado. We heard healthy Winnipeg. None of our insiders or analysts are dropping a Vancouver Canucks on us. Okay, so does the Canucks getting Lindholm change your view as an Oilers fan on Edmonton's ability to knock off the Canucks And let's just look at how it sets up now. It would have to be a second-round matchup. They get Lindholm, or you're like, oh, my God, we're done. Is that how you're viewing it right now? I don't think so.
This isn't a striking fear into you move.
No,
right?
no. And I like Lindholm.
Yeah, but
I think Lindholm's a very good hockey player. But I'm not 100% sure my viewpoint on the Canucks as a significant challenge, and they will be a significant challenge, but like, does this put the Canucks over the top in a head-to-head series against the Edmonton Oilers? And another thing, we've already had people texting in. I saw it last night on Twitter. People were asking, do you guys think that the Oilers need to respond, like react to the Lindholm trade to Vancouver?
like Formula One did with NASCAR yesterday, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about this? I don't know. Because, so let's just play this game. Because the Canucks got Lindholm, do the Oilers have to overpay for like Monahan now? Like, do they have to panic and overpay for Monahan? Because you know the Habs are thinking somebody's going to do that. I think the answer is no. I think you stay the course here. This literally doesn't change anything for you from an Edmonton Oilers perspective. What say you, Rick?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it shouldn't. Don't let this become one of those things where you do have to, feel we have to respond quickly and overpay or do something like that. I think the Canucks addressed a need, much like YouTube Trev said. I mean, this is something that they, and Lindholm, who knows, a change of scenery, much like Kuzmenko. But I don't think this move, and looking at the Canucks right now, is like, oh, geez, this is a game changer and a game breaker.
The Canucks are already going to be a hard out.
They're going to be a tough team already. This adds a little more depth to them, and I think the Oilers, too, in terms of looking at a potential move they might make, that's not going to be one where opposing teams view it and say, wow, they've really taken. It's just insulating, making you a little more deeper, a little more better, but these teams are what they are, and I think when you're looking at Vancouver as well, goaltending certainly plays a huge part in that. So, I mean, if I'm at the helm, I'm not panicking too much. I'm not going out there and saying, I need to really give up a lot now to get something just to keep pace. But we'll see what the market says about that and how people, who knows, maybe the Flames continue to make some moves and that sets up other things. I don't know. I wouldn't panic too much, but I'm not of the minds of some of these GMs and specifically the one here.
The paddle boat is in. People are pounding the Paris Jewelers inbox today. 780-218-9999. The paddle boat is in. It says, not really a believer in the Canucks. Things have gone too well. JT Miller will start pouting here soon, and things will fall apart. Guys, I applaud the Canucks' courage. I mean, selling the farm to get knocked out in the first round by LA, because I predicted months ago the Oilers will beat LA in the second round. All right, so there we go. After this trade, Kulak must be breathing easier. Shanked one. That's it from the Shanked one today. Yeah, you don't have to worry now. Now the Oilers aren't going to trade what little defensive depth they have.
Well, who remains in the Kulak running now? I don't think anybody's out there that can.
Yeah, well, nobody else can afford Kulak now, so I don't think we have to worry about that. No panic needed, guys. Lindholm may not find the right chemistry on his line, so it may not be the best deal. Yeah, but they're still better. Like the Vancouver Canucks the Vancouver Canucks are better today than they were yesterday. But I don't think it means that the Edmonton Oilers all of a sudden have to be like, oh, I like this take. This is a good take. 780-218-9999. This is Vancouver's response to the Oilers signing Perry. I like that one. KCF is in. It says, are you guys kidding? This Canucks pickup is massive. Bigger than Ekholm last year. Clear favorite in the West.
Well, I guess you can have that opinion.
I would disagree with more impactful than Ekholm. Like, look at the Oilers' record since they got Matthias Ekholm.
Well, and again, talk about addressing a need, a clear need that was screamed out and fit there, right? No offense to Tyson Barrie, but
And I mean, in years prior, like last year, I kind of alluded to it earlier, was sometimes when teams go for it, that's clearly what the Canucks are going. They're in it to win it, right? We saw it with the Rangers last year. They signed, or they traded for Tarasenko. They got Patrick Kane. They're out in the first round. Another team that really was gunning for it last year, the Boston Bruins. They traded for Tyler Bertuzzi, and they got Dmitry Orlov at the trade deadline. Both teams out in the first round, right? So,
yeah, it doesn't guarantee anything. I like teams that like to be aggressive here, though. And the Vancouver Canucks, jumped at it way ahead of the deadline. And, who's really impacted by this would be all the deadline shows who now don't get to use 4 hours of Lindholm discussion.
We're already here, right?
That's
February 1.
Yeah, that
and taking a look at the trade bait board. Yeah.
That sucks, the big one. Georgia Satellite is in and says, KFC. That's a greasy take. That's a good one. Kevin McKenna's in and says, man, there sure are a lot of drunk people in here this morning. It's probably because of the 6 o'clock lager, which continues to blow up. Potsy, my buddy Potsy out in Fort Sask, he's on keg number 4. They put keg number 4 in there now, and it's cruising. I think RCN stopped out there at Potsy's last night. Pot's Grill and Bar. Just seeing it on tap is just, man, it's very cool.
A plate of sweet and hot wings, I do believe.
Somebody said those were some of the best wings.
That's what I heard,
around.
yeah. I'll have to try it.
Guys, I think now we know how the Oilers will handle adversity. How will the Canucks handle it when it happens? They've been pretty consistent so far this year. Well, consistency is big. This text is in out of nowhere. First time they've ever texted into the show. Did not put a handle on it. I appreciate this move. This guy texts in out of nowhere.
You have that first text. Maybe he's been sitting. Maybe he's been waiting for his time to pounce, and this is it.
This is great. First text ever. No name on it. Demko stinks. They will fail. There we go. The texts are flying today. This is great. You know what else is great? We are heading off to Vegas on Monday. We take off late Monday afternoon. It's going to be amazing. We have teamed up with the Edmonton International Airport, YEG, and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I like that. Authority, not association, authority.
They use that a lot in the States, hey?
They do. They love authorities.
Port authorities, all this
All
authority.
these things. Yeah, so the LVCVA and YEG and EST, there's so many initials on this thing, but it is the flyaway with EST and YEG.
Featuring LTE?
We are going direct, featuring LTE and Mr. Lean. And me. We are heading down to Vegas on a direct flight because the airport offers direct flights to Vegas and about 50 other places as well. But down to Vegas specifically, it's WestJet, it's Flair Airlines. It is direct. There's no connecting. There's like, oh no, is my luggage going to make it? You step on a plane at YEG and you step off in Sin City. It's going to be extremely convenient, and we're looking forward to getting down there. If you are going to be in Vegas for that Oilers game next week, make sure you slide into our DMs. We'll probably put together some sort of little gathering prior to the game. I think right now our plan would just to be sort of set up shop at Beer House, which is not far from our hotel, not far from the rink. So make plans to swing on by there on Tuesday afternoon. When we return from Vegas, we will be giving away a trip to Vegas. We're going to go down. We're going to go down, teaming up here with Edmonton International Airport. We're going to go down and just make sure Vegas is still okay. Right? We can't send somebody down to Vegas if we haven't checked it out for ourselves.
Taking the pulse, eh?
Right, so we're going to hit it all. We're going to the Sphere. We're going to Top Golf. We're going to Circus Swim. We've got some dinners lined up. We're going to check out the Oilers game. Wednesday night's kind of a free night. So we'll probably try to get Matty Wannick into a little bit of trouble Wednesday night. But it's going to be an amazing trip. And we are very excited to offer you a chance to win a free trip to Vegas when we return. And that could not be done without our partners at Edmonton International Airport, YEG, and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. And we're setting up, we're going back and forth the emails right now. We're probably going to be set up doing the shows from somewhere around the convention area at Park MGM.
I think a few nasties might be staying there as well. I saw in the,
really?
the text box and Nasty Chat and other places.
Excellent.
So.
Staying at the Park MGM too?
Yeah.
Nice. I love that. Now, today is Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday, so that was 5 days before the trip. Awanik was walking around here yesterday, eyeing things up. He comes to me after what was the second show yesterday? What's today? Thursday. So after Oil Stream yesterday, he comes over. He goes, I think I'm going to take my golf travel bag and pack our equipment in it.
Yeah, I mentioned that too.
And I was just like, okay, that's a big thing to take.
I placed a text the day before yesterday in the afternoon. I said, hey, just a question about the packing.
Did you spurn this on? This was you?
Well, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I wonder if he started. And then, but his reply was, you mean what clothes to bring? And I was like, well, I think I can.
I don't think it's on us.
I packed clothes before for a trip, but
like he replied, he was 2 pairs of shorts, 3 shirts.
He was waiting to give advice. I'm like, what? You want to bring a light jacket to peel off, but no, the equipment. And then yesterday, I mean, he was going around here, and he came in. He's drawing things out. Yeah, he told me we're gonna have to bring in our stuff Monday, lay it all out.
He wants to repack all of our things. Yeah, he's like, bring in your bags, bring in your luggage. Yeah. And then we'll look at everything and we'll pack it into other luggages. I was just like,
and he's stressed, and he's like, we'll have to take a pop-up too.
Oh, yeah. He's like, we gotta have a pop-up. He goes, what are we gonna do? He goes, I put that in my golf travel bag.
And then I kept saying extra things just to add on and pile on.
He came in here yesterday when I was doing lock shop, I think. And he just stood by the computer there, and Zacticum was sitting there doing some stuff. And he just stood there for like 5 minutes and looking at things. And I was like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Then he said he might have to show up early because he can't raise his arm. So in terms of like checking him, he might have to like go to a room. He thinks he's gonna have to show up 3 hours early. It's already begun, man. Like we are.
This is gonna be the most amazing trip to Vegas of all time. Like if you don't think Matt has already gone into his spare bedroom, freed whatever hostages he's been holding there for a few months, and already laid out each of his outfits for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on his spare bed. And it's just like has them ready to go. And he goes, I'll be packing you on Sunday night. Like, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
You're coming with me now.
Yeah. Maddie to every single thing we could possibly ever need in Vegas.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you.
Oh, I love you, Chuck.
Oh, I love you, son.
Oh, it's going to be good. With that being said, if we forget anything, it's on him.
Well, I think so.
I mean,
he's taking full charge of it all now.
I don't even think we have say in to bring anything. He came in here, and when he was standing there, he pointed at his board for like 2 minutes. He's like,
you can't offer to help.
Then he came over and he goes, we're going to take that board. I said, well, that was pretty clear.
I'll do it myself.
Anyway, we're going to go down, check it out. If Matty Awanek gives Vegas his seal of approval, we're going to send you guys down there too. We're going to give away a trip. Yeah, if
you're all
I hope we get back and Matt goes, we can't send people down there. We can't send people to Vegas. How can we do that to them?
You should have saw the lewdness that was going on. People trying to sell you CDs on the street.
Oh, it's just going to be great. And we are looking forward to giving away that trip when we come back. So make sure you tell your friends who are like, oh, I can't do it. Listen to them to Sports Talk's too hard. Tell them to suck it up, get the TuneIn app, and click play. Very easy. And they could get in the mix for this upcoming trip to Vegas as well. All right, so it's draft day tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We are drafting captains. The best captains in sports history, the best captains in movie history, the best captains in television history, the best captains.
The best accessories.
The best captain accessory as well. So yesterday we spun the wheel, if you missed it. The option to select picks ended up being me first, Tommy second, Milne third, and then Eric kind of got left in the 4-hole. I debated it a long time last night because we always talk about the 4-5 swing. So I went and I looked at a few captains' lists, and I passed on the 4-5 swing, and I just decided to take the first overall pick in this draft. Trev is giving me the side eye right now. Were you surprised when I texted the group last night? Was like, you know what? I'm going to take the first overall pick.
I was because you have a lot of potential picks that I think resonate highly with you. Maybe not so much with the voters, but you want to. I think there are a few that you want and you need, and you're not going to let them kind of go. I made it on record. I would have done the 4-5, but I'm just looking here. I think the biggest surprise for me was Jay taking the 3.
See, and I
don't mind having 2.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So how it worked, I took the first pick. Tommy, who had second option, took the 4-5 swing. Tommy settles in that 4-5 swing. Like Tommy did the 4-5 swing.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you.
Tommy may have had the 4-5 swing in every draft we've done so far.
Yeah, it's one thing to get the 4-5 swing, but what do you do with the 4-5 swing?
Yeah.
That's the.
So I took the first because once I really sort of started to dive into the prep, I felt like there was like a clear-cut top 2 or 3 that I couldn't have got at 4-5. But if I take one, I'll be able to get one of those guys for sure and then still get the swing at the other end of it.
Well, you get a swing. You do get the swing.
I like the swing, and I feel like the 2 names that really jumped off the page for me are not there. Well, I'm not saying, but I don't think they would have been there in 4-5. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just take the first overall pick. Let's control our own destiny here. So it'll be me first, and then Tommy took 4-5 swing, and then Jay took the 3rd pick.
Which kind of shocked me. I thought he'd take number 2. In the,
but
three's a bit of a dead hole. 2, you're right after the first, so you can kind of, whoever takes the first, you kind of maybe can play off that or a pattern, right, or something like that. But 3, you're kind of in the, but you are close to Tommy, which you've also said is a strategy.
That's what I was going to say. I think Milne looked at it and go, I can take advantage of the Tommy blunders in the 4-5 swing and maybe get 2 first round caliber captains. So I think that's probably why he did that. I know he's already prepped, so he's probably looking at it. He's ready to go.
I like the strategy of in terms of being close to Tommy in a draft, like a little bird on top of a rhino, right? Like you just want to be there. You want to be around him.
You just want to lurk around
in there, you know.
Just a bunch of vultures.
Yeah.
Jumping around Tommy's dead rhino carcass in the 4-5 swing.
The body ain't even cold yet.
Yeah. So anyway, if you had first overall pick, who would you take with the first overall pick in a draft of captains? I see Nacho Man is already in the nasty chat saying Captain Ron, number 1.
That's the GIF I've issued on my tweet this morning.
Did you put out the tweet today?
It's up there. Some
the tweet
interesting
is out.
Suggestions already.
Has there been some good ones?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Oh wow, Captain Ron.
Yeah.
Let me get my little man Billy Belichick in here. Keep an eye on things, eh?
He knows a thing or two about good captains, eh? Given his, yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting with the sports captains because
well, you're only looking at a few.
There's just so many hockey captains, but it's tough to find like other guys who were sort of legitimized as captains in other leagues, you know?
Well, invisibly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
oh, shout out to it's Belineski who replied to your tweet with a Ron Francis gif.
Yeah. Oh, there'll be a few. You think he gets taken eventually? I mean, I don't think Jay will. It's between you and me. And you said that if you think you're winning later on in the draft, you might pick up a Matt Sundin, correct? Or did you? I am not touching Matt Sundin. Pair with your Saku Koivu? That is not happening. There's no chance. Luke Gazdic will be by in about 5 minutes. We'll get his thoughts on, are we viewing this as a win-win between the Flames and Canucks? I kind of feel like it's a win-win. I see people in the Paris Jewelers inbox, see some people in the nasty chat trying to make a case for the for one way or the other. Pitwall Nasty just joining us says, what a day to sleep in. He's all about racing, and he's the one telling us about. He's the one guy who's like, damn it, what has happened? Let's quickly hit on the Canadian Football League here. Chris Streveler returned after our show yesterday to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers after spending enough time in the National Football League to get his NFL pension. He's got the pension. He's secured the bag, eh? Now he's back. I did see Naylor say he's a little surprised he couldn't land starters money somewhere. I'm not very surprised. Like, Chris Streveler, no matter where he plays, is just the perfect backup. He's a perfect second option. He's a perfect backup. So I was community guy. Yeah, I was not expecting him to get starters money anywhere. But a lot of this deal revolves around him being active in the community. I do believe. Like, it's like, hey, come out to the dealership and we'll, that's kind of added in near. Well, Jeff Hamilton yesterday in Winnipeg basically said, I think they got him for like $120K just to back up Zach Collaros for the year, but figures he'll be able to make a ton of money just being a local celebrity who takes his shirt off in Winnipeg. Why not? Pretty brilliant move. Do you think them bringing back Streveler
impacts the possible future of Brady Oliveira staying in Winnipeg because Strevler is very efficient running the ball, and you could use him in some 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 situations as opposed to just handing the ball off to Brady Oliveira.
Like this isn't the money question here. Like crack open the books. Let me see. Right, like the one. Like,
I mean,
does this affect?
I
They
would say
bring in Strevler, and then the money affects them bringing back Oliveira or anything.
I hope they didn't.
Can't be the case.
I hope they didn't screw up here, and like paid too much to Strevler, and it takes them out of the Brady Oliveira running. Like I don't think that would be a good idea. If you had Brady Oliveira and Chris Strevler out there in certain packages, that could be deadly.
Oh yeah, if you really want to get creative and use him to the best of his abilities, all of his abilities, I'm for it. But as a true like Dakota Prukop is still there, correct? Will he be? Yeah,
there's no what. Well, he's going to have to be released.
There's
no like Prukop. Strevler does what Prukop does. They do not.
But again, if you're talking about like just, I don't know, like hypothetically, if something happens to Claros early in the season, do you have faith in Chris Strevler leading a team throughout? It's one thing to come in late in the year when it's cold and doing the game that he does, but to go through a summer and him carrying you weeks on weeks. I
didn't have that faith in Prukop either, though.
Maybe not, but a little more of a traditional, safer bet than Chris Strevler. I don't know. I'd like to see him used. As a neutral, I'd like to see him used.
He'll definitely be used.
And all that
they'll
stuff.
Use
but it's a funny one. But 1 year, I mean, the guy's an urban legend there in his own right, so it only makes sense. I don't think going to any other market that he would maybe get that same pop.
No. There's no, like, if he was to come here, Chris Strevler's not getting a truck from somebody.
Well, he's not doing a celebration with a fur coat and a hat
Yeah.
because he didn't do anything here. So he is a Winnipeg guy, and so it makes a lot of sense. And
Vernon Adams also restructured his contract yesterday. Like, I think more than half the quarterbacks in the league have done. I think TJ Lee actually restructured his contract a little bit in BC. Do you think they're freeing up some money to go after one of those running backs that are available?
Well, that's what that would signal to me is that, Vernon Adams Jr. takes a bit of a hit to say, hey, let's get some all
He's already got the receivers.
Team goodness here. And as we said, Mazzell good, but maybe you could argue that there's an improvement to be made
there's definitely room for an upgrade.
There's always, and I mean, but running back, that's why it's so funny heading into this offseason with the running back. I mean, running backs, why can't you just find one in camp?
Maddie and I, we had a meeting yesterday, and we were walking into it. I said, can you imagine if the BC Lions signed Brady Oliveira and like go in and take down the Bombers with their MOP candidate running back at the helm there?
Making his money?
That would be that'd be quite the scene. I did see AJ Ouellette tweet yesterday because Dunk put out how AJ Ouellette and Brady Oliveira could change the market for running backs. And AJ Ouellette, who's a running back at the Argos, free agent coming up, he quote tweeted and was like, yeah, the math is not mathing properly, like angry face. So I don't think these running backs who think they're going to get a big payday are getting offered the big payday, and it's starting to frustrate them a little bit. So we'll see where it all settles down.
It'd help if we could see some of the equations and the math and the arithmetic.
Give us percentages,
hand, right? Like
give us percentages, guys. I draft Messier first overall because after him and Kareem and Jeter, the quality of sports captains really drops off.
Oh, I would argue with that. There's
a bunch of hockey captains you could definitely just throw in there. Captain's draft tomorrow right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Let's get to a sports rewind for Universal Rewind with Lieutenant Eric. Blockbuster in the National Hockey League last night as Lindholm goes from Calgary to Vancouver. A handful of pieces going the other way. We will break that down with Lou Gazdic coming up here in less than 2 minutes.
NHL regular season schedule pausing following last night's action. Alex Turcotte scoring his first NHL goal. Kings over the Preds 4-2. Shane Pinto at the overtime winner. Ottawa top Detroit 3-2. And Fake Verchano also scoring in overtime. Ducks rally to knock off the Sharks 3-2. Oilers back in action Tuesday in Vegas when they chased 17 straight wins. Yesterday, the Flames dealing Elias Lindholm to the Canucks for a package, including forward Andrei Kuzmenko. All-Star Weekend kicking off tonight. PWHL 3-on-3 showcase, as well as the All-Star Player Draft at the skills competition set for tomorrow. Formula One news from this morning. 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton has been linked with a shock move from Mercedes to Ferrari for next year. Sky Sports News reporting that Hamilton will leave Mercedes after the 24 campaign and replace Carlos Sainz Jr. at Ferrari. NBA action saw Damian Lillard with 25 points in his return to Portland. Blazers over the Bucks, 119-116. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 34 as the Thunder top the Nuggets, 105-100. OKC remaining a game back in Minnesota for tops in the West. Celtics host the Lakers in one of 4 games tonight. Raptors there in Houston tomorrow. Camrose over Lloyd 6-5 in the lone AJHL game. Action resumed tomorrow with 3 games. And you can join the entire Edmonton Sports Talk crew. We'll be at the Centra Casino Sports Bar Lounge for Super Bowl 58, February 11th. Menu items under $10 and 6 o'clock or lager in the can available throughout the day. The Sports Rewind brought to you by Universal Rewind, Industrial Electric Motor Sales and Service, servicing many industries that we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.702 on the Nielson Show. Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric with you. You can listen online anytime, edmontonsportstalk.com, or on TuneIn, and just search Edmonton Sports Talk over there. Favorite us, and it'll literally pop up on your phone and listen with ease anytime you want. You can message us anytime in the nasty chat over on YouTube, or you can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. It still doesn't sound right hearing you say that Lewis Hamilton is going to Ferrari. Like getting sucked in to Formula One when Drive to Survive launched is just like Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. That's just it. That's just
all of us are like rooks or whatever you want to call it. Like that's all we know.
Noobs,
and he's been around. He's been on other teams and such over his career, but yeah, he'll always be Mercedes to me. Yeah.
Mercedes boy.
Merc.
And he's going to Ferrari here at the end of his career. All right, our first guest of the day, Luke Gazdic from the Mid-South Podcast and Sportsnet, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. You can find them just north of the Yellowhead, St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, or visit them online at proamsports.ca. Like you, they're sports nerds too. Gazdic, when Formula One kind of blew up there, did you get into that? Did you get sucked into the Drive Survive thing? Because it got a lot of people.
Oh, hard. I was watching every race, every weekend. I still kind of follow it a little bit, but definitely not as much as when the show came out and there was all the storylines. I was an F1 fan for, I'll call it 1 year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you know what? When that show came out, the following season was an amazing season. So it was. Were you on Team Max or Team Lewis?
I'm a big Lewis guy.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. I just love the way Max drives, and I love his. I don't know. I just love his whole shtick. I think he's great too.
He's a villain. He doesn't mind it. He's aggressive. He'll talk trash. Verstappen is he's quite the scene, man. He was so dominant this year, though, it killed it a bit for me. Like, it was just like, as long as he's out there, he's going to win it. He was absolutely phenomenal this season. All right, so All-Star Week, usually things kind of quiet down a little bit heading into All-Star Weekend, but the Canucks and Flames had a different idea about it last night. Elias Lindholm, who was the top fish on a lot of trade bait boards, ends up getting shipped to the Vancouver Canucks. Kuzmenko goes the other way. A couple of prospects go the other way. A first-round pick and a conditional pick go the other way. I kind of viewed it as a win-win on both sides this morning. We've got people chiming in and saying, oh, it's a good deal for the Flames. They got lots back. The Canucks. Where do you come out on this one, Luke? This is an interesting deal.
I'm not going to lie, boys. I love this for the Canucks.
Yeah?
I love it. I'm a big proponent in trades like this that the desired piece or player or asset, whatever you want to call it, whoever gets that player is the winner. And I understand that they got haul back for him, but this is exactly what they needed. I can almost guarantee you that they're watching what the Oilers are doing and knowing that right now, I don't know if they beat them in a 7-game series in the playoffs. I really like Lindholm as a player. I think his scoring's down a bit this year, but that is a huge add for their lineup. for Calgary, I know you get the haul back with 2 young defensemen. The pick is very late in the first, which what I'm told is a little weaker than years past. And, you get rid of Kuzmenko, who wasn't even in your lineup. I think that's great for Calgary, add a scorer to the lineup, but it's not a center iceman too. Now you're looking at Calgary down the middle. You got Backlund, you got Kadri going to center your top line with Huberdeau and probably Kuzmenko. You got to move Zary to the middle. I think they lost out at center ice. I think this is a great deal for Van.
Somebody texted in earlier today. I can't remember who it was, so sorry to that person. But they basically said they love this deal for the Canucks. It's a better fit than when the Oilers got Ekholm. And you just kind of said Lindholm is kind of exactly what they need, and Ekholm was exactly what the Edmonton Oilers needed at the time. I think you could kind of view some parallels there for both of these teams.
Yeah, that's when you first started talking, I was like, what, where's this going? And
yeah,
then
I know.
It's exactly right. And you know what? I worked with Justin Williams on Monday Night Hockey a couple of weeks back, and he called this. This is the Jim Rutherford connection from Carolina for Lindholm. So it makes sense that he wants to go back and get a player that he drafted. It's a huge move for them. And I don't even think they'll, I don't know. Maybe Pettersson will slide to the wing is what I'm thinking, because I don't think they want to break up that third line with Bluger and Garland and Joshua. It just gives them a little more depth down the middle. It's exactly the type of player they needed, and I like the way you worded that, because I think he wouldn't have fit in every system. I don't think he would have been a good Ranger. There's one team, for example, I'm sure he would have slotted well in E-Town, but he's the perfect Canuck.
Luke, I guess, what do you see the Canucks doing moving forward? They kind of started the trade season off yesterday with that bang. What's next for them, do you think?
I thought Tanev was going to be part of that, to be honest. It doesn't look like it now, but I just love storylines in the NHL. I thought that's maybe where they were going. I don't know what else they have to do. I think they could add another depth player in their bottom 6 on forward. I don't know if they have to touch the D-core too much, but this tells them and tells everyone right now that they are going for it. So this won't be the end of what they're doing. Like there is definitely something coming down the pipe. But what I love about this, and Kenny Holland is probably on the clock now, but I love when players, especially when teams are going for runs, players get to their team earlier than the actual deadline. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That way you get a little chance to get acclimated. It's before the break now, so you get some time. You'll meet some of the boys at All-Star, but then you get another, call it a month, before all the push starts. So I like that they're making moves early, and I don't think it'll be the end for them.
Yeah, you brought up Ken Hall there. You said, he's probably on the clock here, because we had people texting in this morning asking us, like, do the Oilers need to respond to a move like this? And I said, the Canucks are a great hockey team. They've been all season. Getting Lindholm makes them even better. I'd still with what we've seen from the Oilers over the last 27 games, I think I'd probably take the Oilers, but that would be a hell of a series. But does this put pressure on Colorado, Winnipeg, Edmonton to go out and land Sean Monahan or something along those lines?
Yeah, I don't think I might have worded that wrong. It doesn't exactly put them on the clock or put too much pressure on them. It just shows that they're in business. Yeah. And I think out of all those teams you just named, Colorado is under the most pressure. I think they really need a centerman, probably a second line centerman. The Ryan Johansson experiment hasn't worked out there. Winnipeg doesn't need an Elias Lindholm. I think a guy like Adam Henrique would slot in there perfectly.
Yeah.
But let's let the Oilers streak continue here. Don't be messing with anything in terms of distractions on or off the ice in terms of bringing in a player. But I'm a big proponent, and I think they have to take a swing here as well. I think they got to make a splash, like an Ekholm like trade, and I would love to see them go out and make a big move. I don't know who that is. I have an idea of somebody that I really would love to see. It may be a bit far fetched, but I think they got to go make a splash as well. But let's let this streak play out. Let the boys do their thing, and then I think you go and add.
Okay, far fetched. We got to know who though.
Who you give us an initial?
Plays on Ottawa.
Tarasenko?
No, I think I'd love Jake Chikrin on the back.
Oh, Chikrin on the back end. Yeah. I saw Garriock had him mentioned to. Yeah.
Here's a player that comes with term. I think you can't go get a straight rental. I love how they got Ekholm because he has term. You want to look at Connor and Leon still having a couple years left. I think they have to get someone that has term that will continue to add to the roster they have
in the right age group and stuff, right? Like this is a guy who could fit in.
Right age group fits in term, and we're looking at like a 2 to 3 year plan here, right? For not 3 year, but 2 year plan in terms of winning cups and the length of the contract with those two big boys.
That would be interesting. What about Calgary on the other side? Like this is an interesting deal for Calgary because they get a roster player, they get a guy that's looking for a fresh start, could probably slot into their top six and maybe do some damage offensively if things start to gel well. And then they get all those assets as well. They've got the Hanifin, they've got Tanev. Do you think they'd be willing to move those guys in a similar sort of package where they get a younger D-man back with some assets? Or how do you expect Calgary to handle things between now and March 8th?
Yeah, I think trading for those two very young defensemen, one's third in OHL scoring right now, that almost spells out that Hanifin and Tanev are done. But I truly am still of the mindset that this is more of a retool than a rebuild. You kind of have to get an asset back. So we'll see what happens. Like I said earlier in the conversation, it thins them out at center ice. And that's the position where I love Kadri. I don't know if he's a first line center. Kuzmenko, we'll see if it works. It's kind of a gamble again, but you don't have him for that long. They certainly got a little lazier. I'll tell you that. Like that top line with Huberdeau and Kuzmenko, Kadri, I don't know who's doing all the skating there. They all definitely have some scoring touch, but I don't know. I think the Hall looks better on paper. Those players that are young are certainly years away. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle, especially the Hanifin one, because I think you can get a good young defenseman on your roster ready to play right now back for him.
We had Jamie McLennan on yesterday, and he said with all of his buddies who are rolling in for like All-Star Weekend and stuff, it's going to be tough to not kind of get carried away a few times. Is your phone blowing up heading into an All-Star Weekend in Toronto? Is it going to be a busy weekend for Luke Gazdic?
To be honest, man, I had no Sportsnet stuff, so I was like, I might just get out of town here for a couple days and avoid the hoopla. But then it just started. One day it was like, hey, can you do radio Friday? Can you do this Sunday? Hey, we have an event Thursday. Hey, stop by this on Friday. And now after I get off with you guys, it starts. And I think Saturday's a little lighter, the actual All-Star game. But no, I got a ton of stuff, boys. I'm on NHL Network Radio a couple days, and I'll be buzzing around. It's hard to avoid it. I mean, I live 10 minutes from the rink here. Yeah. So it's tough to avoid it, man.
All right. Well, have a good, busy weekend, man, and we'll catch up next week.
Thanks, guys. I should allow me to plug my last episode, which I just dropped yesterday. Simone Benoit, Leafs defenseman, absolute workhorse, grinder, my teammate in San Diego with the Gulls. He is becoming a fan favorite here in Toronto. It's great sit down, great dude. If you're looking for hockey stuff over the break here, check that out.
I would just quickly, I'll follow up on this. I mean, Toronto's would be an interesting, we know how it is here at Edmonton. How do you become a fan favorite so quickly in Toronto?
You know what? I said it. So I released a little teaser with the episode, and I told him it. I said, listen, just play the way you are right now. Just work hard.
Yeah.
Try not to make too many mistakes and hit everything that moves, and you will be beloved.
They'll love you.
Forever.
They'll love you.
They'll love you. I talk about it like I played in Edmonton too, man. I didn't score too many goals, but was always there to answer the bell and showed up to work with my hard hat on every night. And the fans will love you, man.
Did you say that episode already dropped or is dropping today?
No, it's dropped. I put it out yesterday, so it's across all my platforms, wherever you find your podcasts, and on YouTube, man.
Excellent, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, go Oil.
There you go, Luke Gazdic, Mitsoff podcast. He's done some great episodes, real good chats that he's having with players from around the league.
Good chat, good solid
it's just like
chats.
A really good one-on-one conversation. Which is, you know what? I will say I don't want to throw shade to former players or anything like that, but to be able to sit down in a one-on-one conversation, pretty fresh out of your hockey playing career, and carry an interview as opposed to just being the guy who's telling stories on the other side. That's what, to me, makes Gazdic pretty, like, that impresses me quite a bit.
Well, and we always talk about hockey players and tough nuts to crack when it comes to, drawing things out of them or deeper conversations than what's on the ice, and he certainly does that, which is why I would like that if the CFL just had a few more guys that were not so far off removed from the game, you know what I'm saying? No offense to your best friend.
Hey, you watch what you say.
But I mean, like a Bo Levi Mitchell, I dare to dream.
Well,
I stay up late at night
Bo's
sometimes.
still playing.
I know he's still playing, but I want him in the booth with you.
Oh, come on now. Okay, so how about Jake Chychrun?
Well, Noodles mentioned yesterday, too, in the
The only way anybody will ever take this seriously if I was to text off and be like, can you please mention the name Jake Chychrun tonight? And then people are like, oh, my God, the Oilers are in on Jake Chychrun. It's interesting. But you're not acquiring Chychrun to be your third pair left shot D-man. You would be acquiring Chychrun. What would happen here would be like a Cody Ceci trade where Cody Ceci would go the other way with significant pieces.
Back to Ottawa.
And then you get Chychrun to come here and play on the right side with Darnell Nurse, I guess.
They finally get him.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember a couple years back that was the guy.
I think the conversation here in Edmonton is interesting because Gazdic said he thinks they need to make a splash, like the Ekholm type of trade. I love the idea of it from a content perspective. Like if they pull the trigger on like a legitimate hockey trade of significance, it'd be huge for Edmonton sports talk. We'd have content for years off that single trade. But I don't know. I don't know if I view them needing to do that to finish the job on a cup run this spring / early summer by the time it's all said and done.
I think a lot of the nasty chat agreeing, and I don't know if it's in terms of Chychrun specifically, but
agreeing with
just not needing to do anything, not needing to panic, not needing to if no moves are done. And again, when you're winning 16 in a row, it's pretty easy to say, "Oh yeah, it's all good and fine." So answering that question today might be a little different than come trade deadline, but don't mess up a good thing.
Yeah,
by doing too much to correct something that doesn't need to be correcting.
An upgrade to a guy on like just more depth, just a little bit more depth, like insurance. This team has won 24 out of 27 as it is currently constructed. Right? It's not like there's a glaring weakness with this group. Vancouver's having a great season, but you look at their top six and you're like, oh yeah, Lindholm definitely upgrades things in the top six.
But it doesn't hurt the Oilers either.
No. Somebody had mentioned in the nasty chat, I think I just saw it. They're like, you have to kiss a first rounder and Dylan Holloway goodbye if you want to go out and get Jacob Chychrun. And I mean, you have Darnell Nurse and Matthias Ekholm on your left side. So I don't know. As Belineski says, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Here's the issue. And part of me wants to, because from a discussion perspective, like the 5 or 6 days leading up to the trade deadline would be something if the Oilers drop like 3 or 4 in a row somehow, like late February. And you're like, wait a second.
It ain't broke now,
What's
right?
going on? Yeah.
And it's right easy to say today. But
if the trade deadline was Groundhog Day, February 2nd, you'd sit here and go, don't touch it. Mm-hmm. But the trade deadline is March 8th. A lot can happen between February 1st and March 8th, including, maybe they're not as healthy as they are in early March as they are right now, which in turn would lead to more depth. Like, what happens if Kane, who's been banged up all year, gets banged up, has to miss time, conveniently gets put on the LTIR, and then go and add a significant piece? Something along those lines.
Don't get into the Taylor Hall trade scenarios that are flying in this morning as well.
The LTIR thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I I'd love to see the splash because we'd all love to see the
Selfish
splash.
purposes, yeah.
But
from a
here
show
I am.
and all this.
What's
but
this tea? Is this tea half full? Oh, it is half full. Because I think this team is pretty damn good the way it is.
Tough to argue that right now.
Because
Right
of
now.
the fullness.
Well, right now, but as you drink that tea throughout the morning, right, it's going to get less and less full. Then what are you going to do?
I guess I'll just stop drinking it. That'll be it.
Call the season now, right?
Guys, Ottawa wants to trade one of their left D because they have too many. Obviously, Chychrun isn't as good on the right
And that's
side.
Noodles
right?
was going off of that
Noodles was talking
yesterday,
about that a little bit yesterday. Ridiculous. Oh, I thought this guy's name was Ridiculous Fat Dan, but it's just Fat Dan. His last comment is ridiculous. I like the idea of Fat Dan being known as Ridiculous Fat Dan moving forward. All this talk of trading Kulak or Ceci for a forward is terrifying. Kulak's been a beast in the playoffs, and Oilers fans trying to Rashog him out of town for a second-line winger? Ridiculous. It's in from Fat Dan today.
Verbing Rashog now, too.
Yeah, Rashog can't get out of it.
Like
Rashog's
frogging.
at a beach in Cabo, and people are still like, Rashog hates this team. Rashog wants to move everybody. We don't need to come back around to this. My head almost exploded on the oil stream yesterday. Like, contenders don't trade away veteran defensemen for forwards who would be viewed as their sixth best forward in their top six. That is not what Stanley Cup contenders do. Stanley Cup contenders look to add veteran defensemen, not trade veteran defensemen away, because that would be stupid. That defeats the purpose. When we're sitting here going, the Oilers need to add a veteran defenseman, if you were to trade Cody Ceci for help up front, then you have to add 2 veteran defensemen. You want to try to trade Kulak or Ceci to upgrade defense? I get it. You should always be trying to upgrade. I think Jeff Jackson told Daniel Nugent-Bowman with an article at The Athletic that, trades they would be making to make would be significant upgrades.
Significant.
Of people, right? Like they've won 24 or 27. You're going to trade defensemen? Come on. That just doesn't make sense to me. Safety Evans says, one could argue that the Canucks aren't broken, but still made the trade because it made sense for them.
Yes, but in the midst of this winning streak, what would make more sense for the Oilers? Doing something drastic and risky or just...
Trading Kulak or Ceci for a forward makes 0 sense, right?
Sure.
The Oilers want to make a trade that makes sense for them. Pick up a depth forward. Pick up a veteran depth defenseman so that if they go into the playoffs and somebody gets hurt,
If something happens.
you're not having to throw Broberg into the fire. Couldn't do anything in the NHL. Back down to the AHL. Playing well in the AHL. But to elevate Broberg straight from there into the National Hockey League playoffs is not asking, and not a way, I think, to have success. You're probably asking too much in that situation. So, I know I see people like texting like Gensel and these guys. I don't see it, and I'm not sure that it's necessary, which is awesome. I mean, that's
you
awesome.
want to be in a position where you don't have to
You're
go and do all the
in
work,
this
yeah.
position where I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it before people stop talking about another top 6 forward, but when the Edmonton Oilers, if they don't win, if they get eliminated in the conference final and they lose in the Stanley Cup final, we are not coming in the next morning and being like, this is because their top 6 wasn't good enough. Like, I just don't see that being the case. So you want to add a bottom 6 forward that could push for playing time on your third line? Great. That could make you better. And that might not cost a ton. No, it'll probably still cost a little bit because, trade deadline. But this text is in and says, boys, if you're making a trade, you look to add what you're missing. All I see needed is depth and cup experience. Find a player or two who've won a cup. I'm not sure who would be available, but that's what I'd be looking for. Something along those lines.
Don't overthink it.
That comes in from Rory, not McElroy. This text is in and says, are we forgetting that we acquired Corey Perry 1 week ago for free?
Well,
Well, as somebody
That's
said
not
earlier.
wrong. Look, the text that was just prior, Cup experience and whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
BB is in and says, the winning streak means nothing if they don't get to at least the conference finals.
No, I know, but it's a reflection of what
Yeah.
the team is right now. So
The winning streak.
I get what could happen, but right now you're seeing a team that's looking for its 17th straight win. So what do you?
Once you get to the playoffs, anything that happened in the regular season doesn't really matter. Right? If it's a winning streak, if it's their start at the beginning of the year, none of it matters.
But if you're in the playoffs,
As long as
that
you
would
get there.
signify that you're a good team, and during the regular season, you compiled a good record, which would include a good winning streak.
The winning streak was completely necessary for them to get to the playoffs.
To have a chance at the cup.
Like, if they don't put this 24-27 together, they're fighting for a wild card spot right now still, and probably just on the outside looking in at this point. They've gone on an all-time heater. They've got themselves into the mix here now. When it gets to the playoffs, you're right. I mean,
Once it gets
probably
there,
won't
yeah,
matter once you get to the playoffs because people will be talking about the playoffs. But we can't just sit here in the midst of it and be like, this doesn't matter. Of course it matters. They've got 32 points in a row. It matters.
Undefeated in the year. The calendar year.
The Oilers have not lost since last year. Right? That's like
Keep
a
saying that.
hilarious
Keep
joke
saying
of like,
that.
hey, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
you since
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. The Oilers have not lost since last year.
Do you trust Fogle as top 6? Text flies in, unsigned.
Okay, but how much of an upgrade on Fogle are you going to get, and how does it make Leon Draisaitl better?
Contract year Fogle as well. He didn't add. Which
If Fogle in the top 6 isn't great, you can try Corey Perry there. You've seen McLeod have success in the top 6. Yeah. Hell, with the way Dylan Holloway's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Holloway all of a sudden went on a bit of a heater in the postseason.
you have in-house options.
There
right now.
are other options that you can put in there. And so far this season, I think you can trust Fogle because he's been probably from start to finish one of, if not the most consistent players that they have had. Keep these rolling in. I got beef coming up. We're going to get to a sports update here.
Just, I got a DM from Aaron Chalupa. Heard you guys on the show. You're asking for travel pics and location check-ins. Here's my girlfriend and I at Beer Fest in Shankiwa, Chile.
Oh, we haven't been there yet.
Couple good photos he sent to the DMs because you can't text him in here, but he'd love to have that on the map. He also went to Valparaiso where Hernan has ties. Hernan gave him some good recommendations on the trip as well, so it looks like that's all...
Valpo? Like Valparaiso?
Valparaiso, yeah.
Like where the university is? Who was the guy that hit the huge shot at Valpo like 20 years ago? Drew? Bryce Drew?
Drew?
Check out Bryce Drew, Valpo. I think Bryce Drew hit a huge... Maybe I'm thinking... Well, Brian Drew is in...
Bryce
drafted.
Drew.
Bryce
You
Drew.
got it. You
Bryce
got it.
Drew.
Between Valparaiso and Ole Miss.
Bryce Drew hit a huge shot for Valpo back in the day.
To Chile, put it on the map.
All right, let's get into your Cool Bet hotline of the day. I just want to see where we're at on the Connor McDavid number for the Art Ross. Yesterday it was 25-1. Then we got a hold of it, smashed it on the morning show, smashed it on the lock shop, and the line has moved from 25-1 to 18-1 on Connor McDavid to win the Art Ross and storm back here and take it away from McKinnon or Kucherov. So since this time yesterday, you here listening and all of our friends who use CoolBet have moved that line from 25-1 to 18-1. It's safe to say if Connor McDavid somehow miraculously wins the Art Ross, CoolBet is screwed. As for the CoolBet hotline of the day today.
Well, plus the Bouchard earlier.
Yeah. It's really weird for your biggest and most significant partner. And I'm like, they're totally done if the Oilers have success. CoolBet hotline of the day. Where you anything in soccer today, Eric? Or is soccer? Are the sheets quiet?
Nobody cares about soccer.
No. Okay.
The sheets.
The sheets quiet. Are
the sheets
quiet?
quiet?
The pitches. Well, if it's a clean sheet, I got
yes.
I got a little bit confused there.
On the bounce and all.
Yeah, nothing in
actually,
the
Matty,
NHL
Iwanix Man United are on the road, traveling to Molineux to take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Could be a tricky affair for them.
Is that where they're at? That matchup's tricky?
Man United?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They're
my
in their run that by Iwanix. Tricky one today at Molineux. Hey, Matty?
I will.
Right.
Let me see.
I want you.
When he comes in today,
I want to feed you with soccer talk.
Tricky
to
one
troll him.
today.
You're my trolling proxy.
At where?
Molineux.
at Mullen.
Mullen.
Like Chris Mullen?
Yeah, Mullen, and then you at the end. Just for
Mullen you.
Mullen you, yeah.
Hey, Maddie. So he comes in today and say, hey, Maddie, tricky one today at Mullen you. Okay, I'll do that.
I want you to turn.
I'll do that.
Turning the screw from afar via you.
Yeah,
That's what I want to do.
This
now.
is like when Sean Parker told Mark Zuckerberg to go into the equity place and give him the middle finger.
Yeah.
Right? This is how I feel like right now. And then Zuckerberg did it, and then they got an angel investment. Unbelievable. This is where I'm going to go. So there's no hockey tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers are a train wreck right now. A train wreck. I'm pretty sure 90% of that team is trying to get their head coach fired. And he should be fired. Ham should have been fired 4 weeks ago. They should have fired him when they won the in-season tournament and been like, you've accomplished everything you're going to accomplish here. They play the Boston Celtics tonight. The Celtics are minus 625 favorites on the money line. The point spread is 11. The Lakers have lost their last 2 by 16. If they're actually trying to get Ham fired, which I believe they are, I think they're going to get spanked tonight. Celtics minus 11. That's your cool bet hotline of the day. All right, let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda, where H.E. Pennypacker recently purchased a vehicle.
Yes.
Love to see it. My man, that's big. I got beef on the way next.
Very special. I got beef.
Okay. What do you have beef with?
Hope you're hungry, Trev.
We got Rapoport around 7:45. Rap Sheet will join us 7:45, 7:47-ish for Century Casino. I got beef for Acme Meats coming up. What do you have beef with? Hit us up with the Nasty Chatter. Text us 780-218-9999.
NHL breaks for All-Star Weekend. Last night it was the Kings doubling up Nashville 4-2. Ottawa topping Detroit 3-2 in overtime. Ducks as well victorious in overtime 3-2 over the Sharks. Oilers back in action Tuesday down in Vegas where they chased 17 straight wins. Yesterday, a deal done as the Flames shipped Elias Lindholm to the Canucks for a package including forward Andrei Kuzmenko. As mentioned, All-Star Weekend kicking off tonight, the PWHL 3-on-3 showcase as well as the All-Star Player Draft with the skills competition set for tomorrow. Some breaking news throughout the morning regarding Formula One as it's reported 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton will be making a shock move from Mercedes to Ferrari next year. Sky Sports News saying Hamilton will leave Mercedes after the 24 campaign, replacing Carlos Sainz Jr. at Ferrari. Damian Lillard had 25 points in his return to Portland. Bucks falling low to the Blazers, 119-116. Thunder over the Nuggets, 105-100. Celtics hosting the Lakers tonight in one of 4 games. Raptors in Houston tomorrow. Camrose over Lloyd, 6-5 in the lone AJHL game last night. Action will resume tomorrow with 3 games. And Super Bowl 58 approaching. You can join us for the big game February 11th. We'll be at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. That's Centric Casino Fort Road. Menu items under $10. 6 o'clock or lager available in the can throughout the day. Your chance to meet Renee and Atif and prizing throughout the day. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he will also be joining us at Centric Casino Fort Road for Super Bowl 58.
If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a figure skater. He wears like a white outfit and he does interpretive ice dances to my life's journey.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Step closer to the hollow, the devil may care. If I showed you around my heart, would you mind if I shared to show you what's wrong with me? I will not change it. I will wait patiently while you get painted out. Let me into your untainted tribe, to be the one who gets to live a lie. Oh, let me lie with you. I'll be a perfect stranger. I wanna be that stupid boy that you don't talk about. You better believe there's a sharp knife beside my bed. You better believe there's a sharp knife inside my head. And if you would leave, I would take you by the hand. You and I would leave, but it wouldn't be that bad.
Sharp Knife from Whale and the Wolf, the EST house band. They live in the closet and can only play when we let them out.
March 1st, Union Hall. It's Friday.
And down in wow, look at that, eh?
Good old Friday show.
All right.
YouTube Trev and I have a bit of a date, do we not, hey?
I cannot wait.
Are you going, YouTube Trev?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, this is going to be the best concert ever.
Man, yeah, it'll be like my second concert ever. So, yeah, it's it. I cannot wait.
What was your first concert ever?
Oh, gosh. It's, Headley. Headley was the only band that really came to Lethbridge.
You saw Headley, yeah, in Lethbridge.
So, that's all I got.
Also, if you want, Sunday, St. Patty's Day, Gwar. If you want to come with Maddie, let's take
Oh, my
you to
God. You guys
Oh, cool.
Gwar. Let's bring you to
Yeah,
Gwar.
sign me up. I'm all for it.
All right. Let's get into it. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. What do you have beef with? Who's got beef? Let's go. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Brandon the Nerd is in. This isn't beef, but I do love this text. Boys, I've got to say your audio stream is so clear that when you pause, I wonder if the feed got cut. It's glorious. Well job. I like that. That's good. The rookie is in and says, Dusty is turning into Little Stoff with that Bryce Drew pull. I don't know. For some reason, I just never forgot Valpo and Bryce Drew.
These things stick with you, like Greg Oden, right?
Yeah, exactly. Same type of thing.
What could have been?
All right. Let's get into it. What do you got beef with? 780-218-9999 or hit us up in the nasty chat. I got beef brought to you by our great partners at Acme Meats. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Go into Acme and say, the boys sent me to get some of your meat. And Corey the Butcher will absolutely love it. We do have a little contest going on right now in which we are going to hook you and some of your friends up with an opportunity to go down to Acme. Corey's going to put on a display of cutting up the beef. They're going to tell you what meat pairs well. You're going to have some drinks. It's going to be great. If you want to get in on that, all you have to do is text in, I want beef. I want beef to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. I want beef. All right, what do we got here for show meat? What is this?
A little gift from Corey the Butcher down at Acme for you.
What? Just for me?
Open it. Yeah, don't do it over. Maybe you'll do it over the.
Why? What's?
Well,
Is it crumbly?
No, it's not crumbly. It's in a bag. There's a bag inside.
I hope this is ground beef.
Well,
I'm so excited. I never had a beef present. Get that out of here. What are you doing? That's a chicken's foot.
Chicken's feet.
Oh, my
there's
God.
more than one. There's multiple chicken feet there.
Me out,
the
man.
little
Now
nails.
get
Look
it
at the
out of
nails. Look at
here.
the nails.
Are you serious right now? Get out of here. All right, get that away. Oh, I touched one of them.
Cut off your hands.
Oh,
There.
Corey, you son of a bee. Oh, my one arm is just gross right now.
Did you see the nail?
I can't eat meat now. That's gross. Whew. You know, I hate birds.
Yeah,
I hate
right.
birds.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And I see it. Oh, man, I'm going to dry heave.
We can deep fry him
Oh,
if you want.
I got beef with Corey. Whose idea? Was this you or Corey?
Well, it was
Corey,
kind of
I got beef with you, man.
collab.
Segment over. God, what's this? What's the good thing?
Well, this is the EST
Ugh.
show meat, which I assume is kind of what we've been doing. The
Damn
jerkies,
it.
the sausages, and that. Here, let's get you back in the good graces here, and you can get your hands on some real meat.
Corey's in the nasty chat laughing. It's not funny, man.
He was waiting for
Not funny, dude.
He had
Like,
a big bucket there that they were going through, and he's like, hey, what do you think? I was like, yes,
how do you do
please.
that? I couldn't even. I hate chickens. I love eating them, but I hate chickens. I still couldn't even kill one though. Like that's just it grosses me out. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This right here. This is a cow's foot.
Slap you with that thing.
I can eat that. Oh, this is nice. All right. By the way, I want beef. If you want to get in on that contest, what do you have beef with though as well? See, This almost makes up for it,
There's
Corey.
one
It doesn't.
guy.
It doesn't. I'll never forget the chicken feet joke. That could win an Esty. Funniest prank.
You didn't walk out, though.
I should have walked out.
Funniest prank.
This one says, Dusty, didn't you grow up on a farm? That's pathetic.
Well, that's the joke, really. It wasn't a chicken farm.
We didn't have chickens.
Poultry or anything like that. I mean,
I worked on a farm when I was like 12, 13 in the summers, which is weird because we had our own farm, but my parents made me go work on another farm. They must have really thought I was useless. Anyway, I had to clean a chicken coop one time. It took me like 2 days. And I was around chickens, and it was like Indiana Jones with snakes. You know, you fall in one, and you're just like, I can't do it. What do you have beef with, Rick?
I don't really have any beef. My whole thing was the chicken feet. That's all I got today.
That
I've been waiting for this. I had it in my fridge. I was Dusty. Somebody says Dusty's one arm is now like Iwannik's one arm. You're not going to be able to use it. You're gonna need surgery. Now
I'd be in Vegas. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, I touched chicken foot. Now my arm won't move.
Tube Socks only eats the nail, which I find very interesting. It is just a dinosaur foot. It does look like, right? If you were you like Jurassic Park and all that, like you could argue that this.
Get that out of here.
You're so mad.
My God.
I'll keep it in the fridge for you. Well,
no, that will not stay at Edmonton Sports Talk. That is gone immediately after this. Ugh. Okay. I mean, Trev, did you remember your beef?
No, that is my beef. I can't remember what my beef was.
Trev tells us this morning, he goes, man, last night I had such a good beef. Now I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm kind of ticked off about it. I was thinking like the first hour and a half in the show, and I still couldn't. And it was a good one. Like, I was pumped because the last like 2 I got beefs, I was like, no, I don't really have any beef. And so, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. So that's my beef, like that I can't figure one out.
I got a couple beef. First, I have a major beef with Mother Nature right now. Like, just pick a season.
As an ODR operator? Well,
as an ODR operator for sure, but pick a season. Like, what are we going to have winter here, or are we not going to have winter? Like, enough pissing around with winter. So I got major beef with Mother Nature right now. It's ridiculous. And it's probably stems from being an ODR guy, and it sucks right now. Then I also have beef with, and we've seen this for the last little while here. I have people with beef who are like, the streak doesn't matter. Who cares about the streak? This and that. It's not going to matter here. And to me, the beef is here. They needed a streak like this to get their season back on track. Why can't you just give them the recognition they deserve? It's like the people of the last few games. They're just like, well, they're playing poorly as of late. The streak's about to end. Yeah, you might be right. But why do you have to like take pride in that take? It just, I don't know. It doesn't, I've never been viewed as, huge Oilers homer guy.
No, but you are a glass half full.
But I'm like a realist. The hockey team that you cheer for has won 24 of their last 27 games. And some of you still can't be happy. Which just, I got beef with that. You should enjoy this. It's crazy.
No, that's a good one because it's they were sucking. It was clear as day, and everyone's saying, you know what they need? They need to go on a significant winning streak.
Yeah,
the winning streak is here, and now people are like, it doesn't matter, and it's like, what do you want?
It's so true.
I agree.
No, 100%. Guys, I got beef with a coworker who doesn't listen to any sports radio, but he thinks he knows everything about the Oilers.
Oh.
He wants Connor and Leon on the penalty kill. LOL. That comes from Cole and Ellerslie this morning. I like this one. Calling the Amish man.
Yeah.
I've got beef with everyone saying the team is good enough. Sure, it may be good enough, but the whole point is to try and win it all. Push your chips and give yourself the best chance. Suck it up and go for it. Be bold.
Squeeze out a thin dime till there's no one left hanging on your arm, right? Kind of like that?
Yeah, the exact same thing.
A fool tell you it's a charm.
By the way, Clint Black episode of the Achy Breaky podcast dropped yesterday. That was one of the...
Shoot the moon, I think is what Colin the Amishman is trying to say, right? Too long overdue. Time to shoot the moon.
PT Mark is in and says, I got beef. Since when do people sit on airplanes with their electronics and no headphones? So many, it's painful. That's in from Trainer Mark. Yeah, that's just rude. That's just rude. I have 2 sets of headphones when I go on a plane. I got some I can plug in, and I got some Bluetooth ones. And usually I have some in my bag, so if somebody needs them, I'm like, I can help you out here.
I just like to read.
I like to watch.
Hey,
Top Gun Maverick.
we can
pretty
watch
much
a
every
map
time I wanna
together.
play.
Hey, maybe
we definitely watch.
yeah.
I hope we're all. I hope you and me and Maddie are sitting together.
A three seat. Yeah.
That would be that'd be really nice.
AJ in Montreal, has any team gone 16-0 in the playoffs? Interesting question.
Nobody's ever gone. No. Guys, I got beef with you guys just realizing how dumb Oilers fans are. See, but that's all. I got beef with that. It's not all Oilers fans. Oilers fans aren't dumb. They're just like some people who just can't find a way to be happy. There will be people who are like, they could win the Stanley Cup and they're gonna chime in after and be like, man, next year's cap situation sucks. I'm like, just enjoy the cup. They won it 2 hours ago.
People are paid good money to worry about what that situation will be down the road, right? It's not you.
Yeah,
you just got to ride with the highs and sometimes the lows. A lot of times the lows in the past, but maybe that's what it is, right? A couple of decades wandering around in darkness. It's in the DNA.
One more. I got beef with that driver you meet in front of you at the red light. Then they continue to lead the way for 3 blocks all the way to the A&W drive-thru and then proceed to take 5 minutes to place an order. Golf clap. Sounds like we're going to reschedule Rapoport.
Things are happening.
Probably going to break a 10 trade. Yeah, we can do tomorrow. Tell them we can do tomorrow.
This is great. Yeah.
All right, so Rapoport will join us tomorrow.
It's the Pro Bowl
But
games.
just so you know, we're not paying them.
And it will have nothing to do with the draft. This won't affect the draft in any shape or form.
Well, we'll ask them. It'll be draft day, right? So we'll ask them. Just give us more time to get some of these I got beefs. I got beef with 10:30 p.m. men's league games. I'm tired. That's in from Vitamin J this morning. Yeah, I just, you can't. I want to play rec league, but I want to play at 4:30 in the afternoon. And that's it. For years, especially before we had kids, we'd have like 11 o'clock games, and I played on the Blades back in the day, up on 137th up there at KC.
I remember doing those reports.
Yeah, rec league postgame was amazing.
Some late nights, though.
Yeah, you were there.
Early mornings.
So
right?
You'd play till 11, or you'd start at 11. You played at 12:15. You're in the room until 1. You're outside in the parking lot till at least 2. I'm not home till like 2:30, and the alarm clock goes off at 4:30. You're sleeping for like 2.5 hours. Plus, once you lay down after a rec league game, you can't really fall asleep anywhere because you're thinking about all your goals and your back checks, and you can't fall asleep. And it's just too damn late. But when else? When else are you supposed to play?
Oh, a matinee.
That would be good.
One day of the week, rec league day.
Just rec league day.
Businesses give, if you are a rec league player, you submit a thing, you get some sort of a retro pay, something, and then they give you the afternoon off. One day a week. You're all clamoring for a 4-day work week. How about 4.5?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This comes back around to the most legendary political party of all time, the Work Less Party. Their name. Go look them up on Wikipedia. The Work Less Party. Their entire platform was just for a 4-day work week, and which would have allowed us to have a full day of rec league hockey. You could go play at 10 in the morning, be home by 1, have the rest of your day.
Hockey day in Canada.
That would be amazing. Anthony is in and says, as a goalie, I pick and choose. Never after 8:30 p.m. I play every Wednesday at 6:30. It is great.
Senior Boots in the Nasty Chat, 10:30. Our game at the Crete tonight starts at 11:30.
11:30 start.
11:30.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Babbage Stash as well. 11:30. Monday's brutal.
11:30
on a Monday too. Ooh.
I mean, that's technically almost the middle of the night.
My boy's gonna play.
Why don't we? Yeah, man. Do I have that one kicking around?
Yeah, I think
I must have that song kicking around. I must have that. Trav, have you heard the Rec League song?
Here we go.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to.
I want to.
Yeah, I don't know if I have it right available here.
3856.
No, I don't think that'll. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, here, let's see everybody who has hockey tonight at 11:30. My goodness.
kid, he'd be up at 5. Take shots till 8 and make the thing drive. Out after school and back on ice. Too bad he sucks, he's only gonna play in a beer league. Oh, the beer league. He plays in a league in a cold northern town. When he tries to stop, he simply falls down. He can't catch his breath on the bench, he will stay. He's fat and slow, so he can only really play in a beer league. Oh, that boy's gonna play in a beer league. That boy's gonna break his leg. That boy's gonna play in a beer league. That boy's got a wheel bag. Oh, the beer league. Didn't have moves when he turned 16. Got cut 3 times from a double-A team. Now he and his buddies, they have to pay about $700 if you wanna play in a beer league. Oh, that boy's gonna play in a beer league. That boy's gonna break his leg. That boy's gonna play in a beer league. That boy's got a wheel bag. The beer league.
Oh, yeah, the beer league. Hey, and if you want your kid to grow up one day and play in beer league, put him in sport ball. Put him in sport ball today. Get him started on that athletic path.
5-tool athlete.
5-tool athlete. Well, they teach you all the sports.
Say that in Moneyball, don't they?
They teach you all the sports. www.sportball.ca. Spring registration is now open for all their programs. Nielson family recommends sport ball. Our kids absolutely loved it. That one's still good. That one still hits hard. That one's still really good. I love a little tribute to all the rec league grinders out there at 11:30 at night. That is amazing. All right, so this is interesting. By the way, Corey, I hate you for the chicken feet, but this is delicious.
The jerky.
The jerky is delicious.
Gotcha.
Thank you very much. It's good to have a fresh run of show meat. This stuff's really good. Really good. So, Eric, you've thrown out an interesting tweet here, and I find the results to be fascinating.
You do, eh?
Yeah,
it doesn't really match up with the nasty chat this morning,
that's
which I find
the thing.
funny too, yeah.
This is what I find funny because I feel like a good portion of the people answering your question on Twitter are lying. Because so here's the question, Eric.
On the internet? No.
Yeah, probably. Would you be cool if the Oilers made no moves prior to the deadline? Right now, the vote is 48% yes, 52% no.
So you're
a stunning result. This is almost a 50-50 split.
If those results were flipped and still kind of close to the center, you would be more like, would you be still?
I mean, anything. No, I would have thought this would have been 20% yes, 80% no.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I would have thought this would be. So that's why I don't believe this. You're telling me if we have our full day of deadline day coverage on March 8th, which we will, and the Oilers make 0 moves, you're telling me we're sitting around in a post-deadline show from 1 to 3 or whatever here on Edmonton Sports Talk, and people are going to be texting and being like, no, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the Oilers making 0 moves. This is not like, this question does not say, add a depth defenseman prior to the trade deadline, and that's it.
It's a general question.
This question says, would you be cool if the Oilers made no moves prior to the deadline? 48% of people who've responded said yes, and I do not believe them. There's 0 chance we could sit here and do shows and people would not be losing their mind if the Oilers didn't at least add a depth defenseman or another depth forward at the deadline. 0 chance. Logan C is in and says, yes, only because I have 40% faith that they would actually make a good move.
So is fear playing into this voting then? About the whole keeping the powder dry and not doing anything better than potentially going out there and losing a deal or making the wrong move or, doing something with the chemistry, messing it around? Is that kind of the thinking, I guess?
If they did nothing, people would chime in and be like, they should have at least added a seventh defense.
This goes back to the win streak discussion. You're complaining you're on one. You'd be complaining if they weren't on one, right? So
you're telling me that this city, we get through the deadline and no trades are made. You telling me Oilers fans are going to sit back like Luke Skywalker after he kissed his sister on the lips and do one of these? No chance. None. This city is all over trades like a dog on a bone. No. Yeah. So I don't believe it. I don't believe the. Now it's 46%.
Okay,
still too high. Still too high. They're still lying. They're still lying to us. Struddy just replied to one of my tweets with a great give. Struddy's plugging his D-men camps. They're live for registration. JasonStrudwick.com. So if you got a young kid who plays defense, no better man to learn from, especially if you want to play rec league, than Struddy. JasonStrudwick.com. Anyway, I'm like Marshall probably should end up being a big stay-at-home defenseman. Like he's one of the best backwards skaters on his team.
Or you say he loves the big rig zone, right?
He likes to go down to like try to block passes and stuff. He likes to get the puck and dump it out. Like I'm seeing him naturally develop into a defenseman, and it's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. He likes to score goals. All kids like to score goals.
Power forward.
But I'm just like, dude, you're going to be a 6'6" winger.
Pat Maroon,
that's what
Pat
you
Maroon
are.
Tapes.
You're Pat Maroon, but I put you in power skating for 9 years, so you're going to be even better. And you were in sport ball as a young child, so of course you're going to make the show. So I replied to Struddy and I said, I've got a kid who naturally probably should be a D-man, but I'm fighting the urge. And Struddy replied with the guy from Peaky Blinders with smoke going, he goes, I'll be waiting. Like, you just wait for all these kids to eventually be like, you know what? I am a D-man. Like, Marshall will get back. He'll hustle back. He'll get down on, like, one knee to sort of, like, block passes and stuff. I'm like, stop it. Stop playing sound defensive hockey. You're 8.
Struddy's got
You're supposed to be cheating up the ice and not passing to anyone. Instead, Marshall will get the puck from his goalie, like, look up the wings, find the open man, and passes the puck. And every time he does it, I'm like, damn it, that was a great outlet pass. Stop becoming a defenseman. You're killing me. I can't raise a defenseman. There is not an ounce of defensive DNA in the Nielsen body. Somehow Marshall's just like, he wants to be a captain who is a stay-at-home defender, which, to be honest with you, could be a very valuable piece, but it's just like, damn it, man.
Better than a goalie, right?
How do you stop your kids from wanting to become defensemen? Or not? It's not even like wanting to become. I just know eventually people are going to be like, you're a defenseman. That's how it works. I'm gonna be at home crying about it downstairs in the basement and just curled up in the fetal position.
Patty Maroon highlight videos. Just lock him in a room. Feed him.
Logan Season says, Tammy Cole power skating turned me into a recluse. Marshall actually does power skating with Tammy Cole. That's great. Great program. Edges. It's a good program. He had it last night, but yeah, it's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart seeing him develop these defensive tendencies, and it's the worst. Tyler replies and says, D-man camps are good for everyone. Be a trustable forward, right? F3.
Yeah.
You got to have a forward with defensive instincts. So yeah, maybe that's what ends up happening. Maybe he ends up being a penalty killer. Yeah, that'd be nice. Everybody wants their kids to grow into be penalty killers. Block shots. That'd be great. All right, if parents have any advice on how I can convince Marshall to stop being so sound defensively, I'd appreciate that. 780-218-9999.
More money for goals. $100 a goal. Yeah, you buy him off. $100.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
HR daddy involved,
Our deal right now is if you work really hard during hockey, you get to split a Kit Kat chunky with me after the game. Like, that's it. That's the deal. And it works.
You can meet in the middle somewhere, I'm sure. Hey?
Yeah, there might be something there. All right. If you want to play kind of easy trivia right now, hit us up. If you came for Ian Rapoport, sorry to disappoint. Don't even. I will smash your head in with this hard water bottle.
This is worse than the oysters, eh? Like, this is not. You need a
those
tin of oysters.
bloody chicken feet away from me. Unbelievable. This is a bit. Like, that grosses me out.
Oh, it ain't no bit.
Well, it's not a bit, man. If you want to play kind of easy trivia today, we got a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual up for grabs. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Let YouTube Trev know that you want to play Kind of Easy Trivia today. Coming up in the third hour of the show, we will have Scalding Hot Takes. That's on the way. More of your reaction. The Canucks land Lindholm from the Calgary Flames. And would you actually, deep down inside, be okay with the Oilers not making a trade prior to the deadline? Come on. Really? Really? I don't believe you.
Guys, what the hell? It was at the end of the show that Dusty said he has insider news about Lindholm, and he was so excited that he basically made it sound like he was going to be an Oiler. Then last night's news comes out, and I see he's a Canuck. Insider fail is what I think.
Dusty? Like me? What are you talking about?
This is Filthy from Calgary.
At the end of what show?
Yesterday? Oil Stream?
Nope. Not me, man.
I think you got the wrong insider here, Filthy
you got
from
the
Calgary.
Wrong guy, Filthy.
Insider fail.
Yeah, you must be talking about somebody else. All right, if you want to play Kind of Easy Trivia, 780-218-9999. And if you want to get a new job, Claiborne Services, claiborneservices.com. Sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric.
All-Star Weekend kicking off tonight with the PWHL 3-on-3 showcase, as well as the All-Star Player Draft. Skills competition is set for tomorrow. 3 games last night. Kings over Nashville 4-2. Ottawa topping Detroit 3-2 in overtime. Ducks over the Sharks in overtime as well. 3-2. Oilers in Vegas Tuesday as they chase 17 straight wins. A deal yesterday saw the Flames shipping Elias Lindholm to the Canucks for a package including forward Andrei Kuzmenko. 7-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton looks set to make a shock move from Mercedes to Ferrari for next year. This according to multiple reports this morning. Hamilton is scheduled to leave Mercedes after the 24 season, replacing Carlos Sainz Jr. at Ferrari. Celtics host the Lakers tonight, one of 4 games around the NBA. The Raptors are back on the court tomorrow. Last night, Damian Lillard had 25 points in his return to Portland as the Blazers beat the Bucks 119-116. Camrose over Lloyd 6-5 in the lone AJHL game last night. Action will resume tomorrow with 3 games. Sports update brought to you by Claiborne Services. They are hiring now, looking for journeyman bricklayers and all levels of apprentices. You can start a new career or take your current one to the next level with their well-established mentorship program. Visit www.claiborneservices.com for more.
DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS.
Oh, yeah. Big news in Formula One as Lewis Hamilton will join Ferrari in 2025. That has given us an opportunity to really beat the hell out of the old DRS song today. So that's good. Dusty, very disappointing. Defense wins championships and also doesn't mean you can't score goals. That's in from Krager, former D-man and parent/coach of my son, the D-man. Yeah. I guess wherever he fits in. Thank you for moving the chicken feet, buddy.
Well, I did it for Tom.
Oh, Tommy doesn't want chicken feet on the desk.
He doesn't want anything on the desk.
Did he say it?
Well, no, I assumed that, he doesn't like the Gator hockey. Marshall, the next Bufflin? Kind of take the hockey career and then go into the fishing career. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Wow.
He's loving life.
I don't know who he's going to learn to fish from because I never caught a fish in my entire life.
Yeah.
So,
teach your son to fish, right? Feed him for.
Yeah. All right, let's get into Kind of Easy Trivia today. Trev, who's playing today, buddy?
We've got the rookie.
The rookie is going to play today. I love it. for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever, and the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. The Moose. Where does he go in the captain's draft? Dun, 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 dun. Connor? Hey, Connor, it's me. I was drafted in the captain's draft, too. Weird, right? Weird. 6 o'clocker lager on tap at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave, Mark Messier Trail. You'll love it. All right, let's go to the rookie this morning. Rookie, good morning. You ready to play, buddy?
Hello, Nielson.
Hello, the rookie. You need 3 out of 5, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Good luck, man. Which team traded for Elias Lindholm yesterday?
Canucks.
Is Lindholm from Regina or Sweden?
Sweden.
Name one other forward on the Canucks.
Pedersen.
Which goalie was once captain of the Canucks?
Luongo.
How many Stanley Cups have the Canucks won?
0.
Right.
No! No! Oh my God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment. Totally. People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV. That's stupid. It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, 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 not today. Cannot come to my house. No, 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 not today.
.807 on a Thursday morning. Scalding hot takes for Clayburn Services coming up around, whenever Gager gets here.
Well, yes, when the magistrate enters court, then we begin. How about this for another first texter this morning? Unsigned first text.
Please tell me it's gold.
Is Jarrett Smithson available? First text.
God.
That's the one they were waiting for.
It's
The
awesome
Jarrett
to see
Smithson.
Tambellini texting into the show now.
Well, hey, we welcome him.
Is this a Jarrett Smithson deadline? Is that what this is? Because we know how that worked out.
Well, first text.
Congratulations to the rookie. He's going to Mr. Mike's with a gift certificate from Edmonton Sports Talk. Bobby LaFrench is in and says, guys, is Dusty the captain of Edmonton Sports Talk?
Oh.
Could he draft himself? Of Bobby LaFrench. We do all have like work titles, and it's not captain, so I don't think we could do that. I was doing captain research last night. There's some sneaky ones.
Absolutely.
That
this should be a fun draft.
Yeah, I think so.
It's got the length. It's
going to be a tough one to prep for, though. I think you're going to have to work pretty hard to find some good deep picks.
Yes, but you
picks.
should be able to find them. There shouldn't be any, I don't know if I'm going through the draft and going, oh, wow, didn't have that on my list. I think you should be able to have all those. The accessories could get a little funny.
Yeah, that's right.
I hate talking about this because I don't want to give away too much. That's the problem leading up to drafts. Is
we only have to draft 4 accessories. Right? Each of us has to have a captain accessory.
Yeah, one.
And it'll be right at the top of the list when people see. So does that give the accessory more value than it probably should have?
Probably. But I don't think that's also going to win you or lose you a draft.
Where do you think the first accessory gets taken? Like 8th round, 9th round?
This is one of those things where it's like a run on kickers, right? Somebody takes it, then everybody else will follow suit.
Somebody's like, oh my God, somebody took eye patch.
Yeah, so
now I need to get badge.
Whenever Tom decides to go dip into the accessory category, we all follow suit. I don't know, somewhere in the mushy middle, perhaps. But I think the question is, do you go sports or do you go the other fictional, animated, whatever? Like I'm using the sports category and then all the other ones, although they are separate, I'm kind of melding them together too. Do you go sports heavy?
I know. I think you have to find a nice mix of the two.
You do, but
I think you have to find a nice mix of the two.
But how do you are you going one?
Do you think the Moose gets to me at the 8-9 swing? Like, is there a sports captain taken in the first 2 rounds?
You're assuming. I love how you think that he'll. I don't.
Well, I don't know. I think
idea.
he would move. I mean, the leadership award is named after him. It's a big one. Trav, do you think Mark Messier gets through the first 2 rounds of this draft?
I think he's going to be.
I think Tommy goes 4 or 5 swing, takes the Moose. I could see it happening.
There is one captain who I've thought of, and no one's brought up. I'm kind of pulling the gauger right now, but
nobody's brought him up.
No one.
Sports captain.
He goes a little bit of both, sports and movie.
Derek Jeter.
No.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Nope. Well, it's not really like it's a sport movie.
It's a sport movie. Okay, he would have to be in the movie thing. Oh, we'll have to dive into that a little bit. That's a good one. That's an area that I haven't really dove into yet, actually. So we'll have to see on that one. 780-218-9999. Scalding Hot Takes coming up. We're going to get into more of that conversation. We've been asking you today on YouTube or at TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com with this trade yesterday between the Canucks and the Calgary Flames, two rivals of the Edmonton Oilers. Do you think it makes the Oilers, you have to do something? Or as Eric posted a Twitter poll earlier on, would you be okay with the Edmonton Oilers making 0 moves?
Would you be cool?
Prior to the deadline. Would you be cool with it? I'm a cool dude. Would you be cool with the Oilers making 0 trades prior to the deadline? What's the number on that right now? It was 46% saying yes last time we checked. It's like 44 now.
55 no, 44 yes.
Okay, so right there. So it's coming down a little bit. Guys, I don't think the sport captains move the needle for the win in this draft.
Is that because it's down the marquee? Or you're just not caring about sports? Like, I think if you...
Yeah, but if you roll out just a group of duds in the sport category, I mean, I don't think that's going to help your cause. I think you got to have 1 or 2 bangers in that sport category. I think. But we'll see how this one plays out. Draft tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock start on the Hangout. Edmonton Sports Talk, Draft of Captains with myself, Tommy Gazzola, EST Glue Guy, Jay Milne, and Lieutenant Eric with Commissioner Quinn Phillips.
And Troy watching on.
Troy lurking around here probably.
Falling asleep in a chair.
And falling asleep on the couch midway through the draft. And Matthew Iwanek as host of said draft.
Again, this whole packing thing, he's like, finally I have some... Hopefully everybody's doing the draft and nobody shows up and then I can get some packing work done.
Man, nobody has ever packed for a Vegas trip like Iwanek packed for a Vegas. Last time we went to Vegas, I myself was all over the room. That'll drive Maddie nuts.
We shared a room.
We shared a room last time we went to Vegas.
That was fun, eh?
We thought we lost the Scalding Hot Takes Mid in Vegas for like 2 days. And then when I was packing, I was like, oh, it's in the back pocket of these jeans I wore 2 days ago. So it's just the Scalding Hot Takes Mid. One of us needs to deliver today on a dub, buddy. Because that mid's got to come to Vegas.
There's a narrative there that it's got to, yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm so far I need a dub, just in general. Winless, toothless, hot takeless at EST Studios.
No hot take win for you yet. No draft win for you yet.
Nope. So I have
this could be a big week.
Yeah, well, I have a game plan. I'm coming prepared today. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Really?
Oh yeah.
For the hot takes.
Yeah. It will be mine.
You're gonna get it today.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm supremely confident.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this. This is exciting.
I've scared you with the chicken feet.
All right, yeah.
Trev's not remembering his beefs. I'm very, very confident.
Yeah, you
do.
From a mental standpoint, you're leading the way right now.
Yeah.
This guy's really confident. All right, let's get into 3 questions too many today for Park Mazda, where H.E. Pennypacker recently bought a vehicle. That's the new sell line. If it's good enough for H.E. Pennypacker and his wife, it's good enough for you. Go see Mitch at Park Mazda. Do you have a liner for the segment?
Yeah, I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, where Mitch Lewicki is hosting the Lieutenant Eric watch party for Scalding Hot Takes this morning. Swing on by like H.E. Pennypacker and his wife and check out what they have in terms of automobiles for you today, as well as parkmazda.ca on the internet.
8:15, Zacticum just roll in.
Matt Iwanek.
Oh, Matty Iwanek. Hey, truly a tough one today at Mullen U, hey? Ah! Chicken feet burn.
You really...
Did I nail
good
it?
Delivery.
Yeah, if you missed it earlier in the show, Eric was telling me some soccer terms to say to Matty when
he's going to be my proxy now.
Sorry, no. Tricky one today at Mullen U.
I like... Who's this? Was he?
Said something about Liverpool hot take. Matty came in spitting fire today. I love it.
Yeah, but...
You know why? It's probably because Mullen U's causing some issues. Didn't sleep much last night.
I love how you're inflecting like the...
Tricky one today at Mullen U.
Today at Mullen U.
He is wearing the
Please
kit.
keep it up. Oh, no, I know.
It's
a big one. It's a huge one.
Eric, do you have a Twitter account?
Hunting down that conference league spot, eh?
I don't even know what league that is, but it must be a secondary league. It's funny.
I'm not liking it.
I emailed you the new graphic.
We got to have boundaries here, I think. Eh?
Do you have a
Twitter account? Yes.
Yeah.
You can find the poll that we've been talking about so much at Lieutenant_Eric. Would you be cool if the Oilers made no moves prior to the trade deadline?
Ooh.
Yes is 44.8, no 55.2. Vote today. Let your voice be heard. And yes, everything else. I'll be posting. I guess we'll be reposting probably the video of you accepting the chicken feet later on. Maybe,
No, we won't.
Well, why not? It was very good. People are asking for it in terms of the inbox and the chat.
I don't know if Zach's listening, but if you post that picture, that video of me and the chicken feet, you're done here.
Sounds like a challenge.
All right, let's get to
and the tweet. If you're selecting first overall in a draft of captains who are
how's that looking? Is it coming together nicely?
Captain Ron, I used as the gift. Who, you like Captain Ron? He's
Captain
on your,
Ron's like a
long list,
fourth
right?
round grade, fifth round grade, I think.
Might give you a boost. It's great. You're in there with the Belichick. Everybody's kind of. Some people are giving me lists of captains, which is always nice. But,
Excellent.
This is good. This is when you feel the draft is underway. I mentioned yesterday we spun the wheel. Now you got the tweet out.
Oh, it's draft week now.
Draft week now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up eye patches tomorrow. Everybody, I'll have an eye patch on.
And a bottle
Who
of
can
Captain
draft
Morgan
the best
each.
with
Yeah,
one eye?
You have to drink a bottle of Captain Morgan. Whoever kind of that's the
Perfect.
The test as well. Yes.
I'll do that. That's a regular Friday routine anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number one. Guys, with Lindholm off the market, which forward should the Oilers focus on next? Once again, we don't even know if the Oilers were focused on Lindholm. I don't think it was ever. Ooh, look at you, quick answer.
Hey,
my God. I mean, Nick Dowd. Fourth line center.
You have to pause and glare around the room like that.
Like a really good fourth line. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? I'm just, one of my hot takes today is just this. Nick Dowd.
Just saying names of forwards.
And that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Adam Henrique. Jake Gensel. It just, congratulations. That takes
wow.
yeah. No, I think this comes back around to, like, everybody who's saying, well, the 44% of people or whatever it is who are voting yes, they'd be cool. You won't be, because the Oilers should make trades prior to the deadline. That's the thing. Like, they're a really good hockey team. They don't need to make huge trades, but you need to have a veteran defenseman there if somebody goes down to injury. You cannot lose Darnell Nurse to an injury and have to play Broberg in the postseason. Even if he's playing well in the American League and he's become a big part of the future again or whatever. To take a guy from the American League and have to pump him into the NHL playoffs, I just don't think that's a wise decision for a contender. So they have to add a veteran or two.
But if they haven't lost up to that point, why mess with a good thing?
Because in the playoffs, it's a rougher game. People get injured. You miss guys here and there. You need to have some depth. So, I mean, if Dowd or whoever that forward is, I mean, a veteran guy that you feel comfortable in the bottom six, I think. Question number two. And if you are one of those people who actually voted, like, yes, I will be fine, put your name on it, because I want to make sure those people aren't texting in after the deadline being like, how in the hell did they not make a trade? You can't have it both ways here, I don't think. All right, question number two. This came in 780-218-9999. Guys, with Taylor Swift on one side of the Super Bowl, which celebrity should the Niners adopt on the other side? Right, we're gonna get Taylor Swift shots. Who should the Niners bring?
Well, they
in?
just like say, "Hey, Usher, you want to come and live with us now?" Since you're,
that'd be tough to do.
You're there.
He's
and,
a busy boy. He's working.
I know, and he is Atlanta. I think an Atlanta guy. Well, what about that? Didn't they sing the anthem a few? Huey Lewis and the News.
Wow, that's a deep pull.
Heart of rock and roll, you know. Power of love.
I think you stay in Vegas and just go get Carrot Top to come cheer for you.
So you're gonna pluck from the.
If you want one of the strangest looking dudes of all time.
Well.
Carrot Top.
Look, I'll see your strangest looking dude of all time and raise you with a Wayne Newton. Why not? If you're in Vegas, you might as well pull out all the stops, right? Wayne Newton, 81 years young.
Has he got some work done?
I
think Carrot Top got some work done too.
They both look extremely terrifying in their current form. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but yeah, one of maybe Wayne Newton and Carrot Top. They can do like a skit.
Strummy. Other than the 94.9 million followers, nobody cares about Taylor Swift. It is crazy to think that the NFL, as big as it is, will actually have, I don't even know if I have to say arguably here, like the NFL will have the biggest, most popular star in the world at the Super Bowl, which is insane. And we're not talking to do like the halftime show. We're talking as a fan and girlfriend or whatever of Travis Kelce. Like Taylor Swift's the biggest star in the world, right? Is she not? I mean, she's playing a bloody show in Tokyo.
Pop stars and the numbers, yeah, entertainers.
But like who, in general, like who would be a bigger star in the world?
You got
Taylor Swift,
Ed Sheeran, The Weeknd.
They're not.
No, I know, they're not. But that's why she's tops right now. There's nobody else. She's top of the pops. I'd say Dua Lipa because I have a.
Yeah, Dua Lipa is a phenomenal performer.
I love her.
No doubt about that.
But, I mean, everybody's got this would be like Messi dropping the puck at the NHL All-Star game, right? And you're melding universes. You take...
Similar, I guess. Well, they've got Bieber. I mean, they got Bieber.
Yeah, they got Bieber. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Bieber at the All-Star game just doesn't hit like Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
Trying. Wayne Newton, former suitor of Mrs. Ellen Griswold. Yes, very correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, he did woo her.
See, Steven, I agree with Steven. Like, at the moment, no one is bigger than Taylor Swift.
No, she's got the numbers.
Yeah.
You can't debate it. You might think you have your own, and that's to your liking, but no, she is.
Except, of course, for Mr. Beast, and we're coming for you.
Well, maybe that's who the Niners get, Mr. Beast.
Mr.
And he
Beast.
walks around saying, hey, have you tried my gambling game? Download the app on your phone, and you could win $10 million.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, question number 3. This one actually came in just a few moments ago. Where is it here? It was about the Elks running backs. Did you see that one?
I saw that. Speaking of the Elks running back room, blah, 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 could be a filled room. What are your expectations through camp?
Yada,
yada,
I think it started with question. Anyway, it was a question is like, the Elks running back, because they brought in some guys with American college pedigree, and they have. Did you find it?
No, I didn't find the question, but that's kind of what.
Yeah, but the question was, how do you see the Elks running back situation sort itself out with Kevin Brown back, but also them having brought in some guys with American university pedigree?
Sewo Olenlua, 6'3", 240, spent some time with the Cowboys.
Well, that's a big boy.
Yikes, yeah.
That's a big boy.
Kevin Brown, the incumbent, and fair, right? I mean, that's your guy. But I do find, and especially in that position, I would rather go through camp. There's lots of running backs out there. There's lots of football teams, lots of football players, and lots of running backs. And I'd just rather go find one, develop one on the cheap. If you're scrap heaping a guy, the market
you've got this huge list of CFL proven running backs as free agents right now.
Yeah.
They already have Kevin Brown. So, I mean, the Elks running back situation should be excellent.
And Shannon Brooks, who
Brown is
sometimes
Brown
forget,
is a stud.
He's still in the
actually,
mix. I mean,
Brooks is he still under contract?
He's still in the roster right now.
Good.
I don't know if he will hit the
No, that
the
guy, he had a great preseason last year.
Bulldog,
so,
yeah.
But the more the merrier, I guess
Absolutely.
we would say in that situation.
Let them all get in there, and I'd like to see like a compliment for Kevin Brown, just given kind of his size and his style. If you could kind of get somebody.
Well, that's kind of what Brooks was supposed to be a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I think you could probably.
I like having a big list and a big room of guys coming into camp, and certainly they don't need to go out and test the free agency market. But the Geno Lewis example always looms, and so maybe
if the Elks can't run the
I don't know.
Right. Like last year, we're like, wow,
yeah,
they've got Dylan Mitchell, they've got Dunbar, they've got Kyron Moore. This is a great group of receivers. They are definitely done. And then Chris Jones is like, hello. Oh, yeah. We also got Geno Lewis.
And this year, they've got to do something with the O-line. I mean, they're bringing him up back.
Well, I was just going to say.
Our thoughts can differ from how they run
the Elks are going to announce at 1:30 today that they've signed both Jamal Morrow and William Stanback. And we're going to be like, what? What? If the Elks can't run the ball this year, it's not on Kevin Brown. It would be on the offensive line, which needs a little bit of an upgrade. Yet it doesn't look like they're they're getting one. Justin of Balgoni is in and says, "What are you talking about, Dusty? Biggest star in the world? Put some respect on Ron Francis's name."
It just won't go away.
No, it won't. It's
People
good.
need him selected in the
got,
draft, whether it's Mr. Irrelevant or otherwise, right?
I got time
You
for
got to
that.
think if you get Francis on your list, you're getting some votes. As crazy as it is. You got to go with the hot hand here.
Jasmine is in and says, "The only celebrity that could bring Taylor Swift and the Swifties down is Beyonce and the Beehive. No one stands a chance against the Queen Bee."
Yeah, that's there were props up at in terms of artists that could be joining Usher on stage.
Okay,
the select few, how many songs he's like that's all now out.
Yeah,
now,
that's
eh?
out there. Yeah,
very interesting. But Swift won't be performing. We can almost put a nail in that one, right? Like that's the whole flight, the travel.
She's there as she's she's in
yeah.
with the family and stuff.
But wouldn't it be something if she?
No, I wouldn't want that for her.
I know.
Like the last thing she wants to do, so you go and you watch your husband or wife do something at work, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to work too?" No, you don't.
Well, let's put this.
You want to
to
be
an
there
example.
to enjoy it and record it on your phone, so you can look back at it and remember it later. And then if people criticize and be like, "Why were you on your phone in this special moment?"
You're watching Marshall play shutdown defense at a game, and somebody comes up to you and says, "Dustin, can you do kind of easy trivia
at
with
that
me right
point,
now?"
I'll
You
be
know,
so heartbroken. I'll be like, "Yes, I will." Here are your questions. How many Stanley Cups have the Canucks won? How many Stanley Cups have the Leafs won since I was born? It's just a bunch of things like that. Dusty, maybe there's someone available that has term left after this year that we don't know about that is available, like Ekholm last year.
Look, I'm still waiting for a contract to be terminated. And this has nothing to do with the Hockey Canada stuff. I'm just saying.
Are you talking Association City? That's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. But no, I maybe Ken doesn't need to do too much. Maybe he just sits around and somebody contacts him.
The Chikrin came up earlier with Luke Gazdic.
Yes.
And
with Noodles yesterday.
A Chikrin type, but a right-handed Chikrin. I get it. If you want to upgrade CC, and you don't want to touch anything. Tyson Barrie was super tight with all these guys. He's a great guy. Everybody loved him. He still sacrificed him to make the team better. Is there something similar there this year? Luke did say he thinks the Oilers need to make a splash. Some of you don't think they need to make a single trade prior to the deadline. Kevin McKenna says, "My 17-year-old daughter thinks Taylor Swift is an idiot. So does my 6-year-old. They both mock her furiously." We like Taylor Swift in the Nielsen household. We'll listen to her music sometimes. I don't think she makes like a top 3 list. Marshall's still holding on to Raffi, Bieber, and Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem's up there too. I mean,
yeah,
big performer.
That's big.
Big artist.
You know his favorite song is "Eye of the Tiger." we were getting changed after a hockey game out in Devon, and we're always the last ones in the room. Neither of us move very quickly with basically anything we do in life. And he's getting dressed there, and so they were playing "Eye of the Tiger" on the rink, and he's getting dressed, and he looks at me and goes, "Daddy, do you hear that?" I said, "Yes, son. They're playing "Eye of the Tiger" here in Devon." He's like, "Oh, that's so awesome!" Like he loves that. We let them add some music to their tablets, and the first song he went and got was "Eye of the Tiger." I'm like, damn it, yes, this is what I'm talking about. The child of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will be the first kid to play and perform at the Super Bowl. That's a pretty good one. Oh, your magistrate.
Your Grace.
Gager's here. We'll have hot takes in about 10, 15 minutes. All right, let's get to I Says Pardon today. I Says Pardon. This is a bigger conversation that I kind of want to have here. I Says Pardon brought to you by Lawyer Central. Get a clean slate for an affordable rate. Everybody makes stupid mistakes. If you're still paying for it, you don't have to. Get that record suspended. Get it cleaned up. Get the pardon. Visit www.lawyer-central.com/pardons or call 1-888-288-8177, 1-888-288-8177 to find out more about getting a pardon. They've got lawyers all across the country. So if you're listening around the world, they can help you out there as well. Okay, so I want to get to this one, and I know some of you are going to be like, "Oh, it's LeBron," but I think it's an overall bigger discussion of where we're going with sports betting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was announced that LeBron has partnered with DraftKings and will give his NFL picks for the upcoming season. I saw this yesterday, and I says, "Pardon?"
Well, fitting it's Kings as well, right?
I mean, it's an interesting tie-in here.
Dropped your crown,
but
King.
now you've got one of the biggest stars in the sporting world who was already posting like his NFL picks on Instagram and stuff. But now he signed a sponsorship deal with DraftKings, who are one of the biggest sports books in the world. And they will be putting his picks. So, I mean, I know we've come a long way in the gambling conversation, but where do you think it's at? Where do you think it's at in like 5-10 years? Like, do you think you get to a point where it's like, as long as athletes aren't betting on their own games, they can bet on whatever the hell they want from wherever the hell they want? Because you're going to have one of the biggest stars in the history of North American professional sports giving his picks for the National Football League.
While still playing a sport.
While knowing players who would play other sports, and obviously with a significant partner with DraftKings. This is a huge... So, like, where do we get to? Because right now, I mean, you've seen guys in the NFL get suspended for betting on college games just because it happened at the facility they were at.
We're getting so close, and I guess the answer is, at what speed do you think this is traveling? I can see one of these days, like, you can't bet on games unless you're in the top 6.
Yeah, like something. Yeah, like,
or you can bet on games if you're a fourth liner, or like we keep getting like it used to be so sacrilege, right?
Yeah.
Pete Rose, yada yada yada, and now we're getting so close to it without getting there. Absolutely. So it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, if you're scratched, you can lay a bet, but just one. And then in a couple months, it'll be like, do as many as you want. And then it'll be, if you're playing tonight, that's fine too, but you can bet on other games, just not the one you're playing in within the league. Like, it's going to keep going.
Do you think it actually gets there? Or I wonder if it gets there and then immediately it sort of gets dialed back because people are like, we're getting too carried away.
What would stop it, I guess, would be the question. And if this is the continuation of just making money upon money and money and money, what's morals be damned. We clearly don't care about that anymore. Like, it's not, and we never did. Maybe almost like people were thinking about Major League Baseball. You create a gambling league, all the sports, but then you create a gambling. If you want to gamble and if you want to play sports, you go in this league. If you don't want to gamble, you play in that league. I don't know. It's going to keep going because it's money. And what's going to stop it? Morality?
Yeah, I think this is a big needle moving thing where it's like LeBron and DraftKings will be promoting his NFL picks every single game, every single week next year.
It's one of many benchmarks.
Like, do we get to the point where
say, it's
in the summer, Connor McDavid is giving you his Major League Baseball picks with Cool Bet? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what happens here.
Pinto is your Pete Rose now. Yeah, Shane Pinto deserves an apology. That text flies in from Big Uke. And even yesterday, I mentioned like NFL employees not being able to wander into a sport, like even step foot in a sports book.
It's just crazy because I could see like before the leagues got in bed with all these gambling websites, and you're like, no, gambling's no, that can't happen. It's just not allowed. But then once you start accepting millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from MGM or whoever, it's already. Like, it's already snuck in there, right? It's already infiltrated the system. So now LeBron, who's bigger than the league in general, is, boom, on board with DraftKings. I'm wondering where it goes next. Somebody says, it'll continue. I saw it, and this is probably what will happen. It'll continue to grow and grow and grow, and people will be like, well, LeBron does it, so it's okay. KD can do it. And then it works its way down, and then it goes to another league.
What stops it? What's something that?
It would have to be like
slow it down.
A major throwing games, selling like giving up points scandal, like a full blown scandal. Like, and Jeff says, he goes, a major fixing scandal is inevitable. That will change it.
But will it change it?
Well, the problem is
people
like,
are making money.
There are probably already a bunch of fixing scandals going on in sports. Like soccer's really bad.
Don't
for
get
this,
caught.
Right? Like,
I mean, Pinto got caught, but I mean, there's probably other people that There's been an NFL employee that's set foot in a sports book, probably.
Casino Dealer Jay is in. It says the person that receives the money will always dictate what is allowed and what isn't. Yeah, and Filthy says nothing stops until we get another Black Sox type of situation.
Yeah. But you've allowed it so much now that
is this already going too far?
Blow the whistle.
Do you think it's already gone too far? I just think it's hard for leagues, or it doesn't look good on the leagues when they can take all this money, but the players can't.
Of course not.
Right?
But then you run into an issue of now if the players are...
If the players are...
I don't know. But it's money. As long as people are making money, then we'll find a way to... Oh, yeah, so the game was tossed. Well, so are a lot of games, right? And maybe that's just how we view sports moving forward, as long as people are making money.
I've
or
always
you start a
viewed
new league that say, oh, no gambling allowed in this league. And
if you want to bet on sports, like even if you're an athlete, there are ways you can bet on sports. Like, it's not that difficult. I mean, if you get caught, you're probably just stupid. I mean, there are ways to get around that, I would think. What say you? You can hit us up. Jay says it's gone too far already. Look at NBA refs. Well, did you watch that NBA? I don't know if it was on Netflix about the one NBA official and what was going on. There was some insider information being traded. That was years ago. And it hasn't stopped gambling and sports betting grow since then. And we're talking like legitimate scandals. So I don't know. I'll be interested to see where this goes. But I saw that yesterday and I was like, I says pardon? Also, shout out to those of you who are sliding into my DMs now with I says pardon moments. That's what I says pardon was about. I knew like this it's going to catch on here, which is real nice. McJesus says a VPN and crypto betting site would have Pinto playing 41 extra games this year, right? If you want to go about it, you can go about it.
Yeah.
All right,
yourself Payne Shinto or something like that, right? Like,
should we get that's for Lawyer Central? I says partners for Lawyer Central, and there's a bigger discussion to be had on the continued growth of sports gambling and it being acceptable in professional sports. I says partners brought to you by Lawyer Central. Get a clean slate for an affordable rate. Everybody makes stupid mistakes. If you're still paying for it, you don't have to. Visit www.lawyer-central.com/partners or call 1-888-288-8177. All right, should we get into Scalding Hot Takes? Before we get to Hot Takes, we're going to have to talk with the judge, magistrate, His Honor, about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari. I mean,
it's big news.
I think we're going to have to get into that. All right, here he is, everybody. Scalding Hot Takes coming up. All rise. Oh, we need a chair. We got to get the guy a chair. Yeah.
I got you, Judge. I got you.
Yeah. Hello, Gazer.
Morning, everyone.
Sorry. Your Honor. Thank you for coming in. You're
welcome.
Great seeing you once again.
You're great.
All right. Maddie's going to try to make the play. He's going to try to make the move. We're going to try to get you a mic. We're going to run it through this board, and everything could be glorious. We'll see if it works. All with 1.5 arms. Right here. You're going to set that up. I'll turn it down. Think we're good? Go ahead, Gager.
1, 2.
Didn't work. He tried.
Has nothing to do with you, Gager.
Next time. Gager, grab that
Good
mic.
to be here, everyone.
Oh, yeah, Maddie, we got to
Welcome.
plug it into this board. Yeah, we'll get that sorted out. Gager, I mean, what do you think of Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari? And, it's kind of been thought about for a few years. It's like, man, is he going to end up at Ferrari one day? But then you see it this morning, and it happened. And there we go. You're good, Gager. Slide back over. We got a fourth mic. This is a big day here.
Thank you,
Matthew
Maddie.
Matthew Wanek. All right, Gager, your thoughts.
Is it
Oh,
for
it sounds
sure?
nice, too.
Is it for sure?
You don't think this is for sure?
Well, it's according to reports, right?
I thought Sky Sports reported it.
Yeah,
didn't they?
but there's
Lots
nothing
of-
on the F1 site, right? There's no mention of it at all. It's all Sky Sports. So until there's pen to paper, I will reserve judgment.
Wow. What do you, if it does become a thing, what do you think?
The speculation that I have right now is the fact that last year
I love
Lewis
that you're talking
Hamilton
about this.
was
I love it.
He was very upset with the
Yeah, he was.
progression of the car. And he said that the changes that were required weren't met and they were going in a completely different direction. And then they completely changed the car, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward to this year, now with testing, looking at the vehicle, all of a sudden this comes out that I think this is Lewis Hamilton possibly upset of the direction of the car and the way it's going. And so does he want to be in a car that he's struggling for another year of? And he looks at the whole landscaping of the whole thing. Ferrari's the closest car to Red Bull, so it makes sense, and it's iconic. You know, you look at Lauda, Schumacher, Vettel.
They've been there, right?
Yeah. I think when you grow up, it's like an original six hockey team. You want everyone probably has the Maple Leaf pajamas. They've got Ferrari pajamas on, right?
The old John Tavares take there. Well, it's exciting. I can't wait to relaunch the Pit Stop Pals. Okay, we said today this upcoming season of Drive to Survive. Somebody in the nasty chat said it ends with like the news of Lewis Hamilton is going to be going to Ferrari, and then it fades to black like The Sopranos.
Ooh, okay.
Like, would that not hit? That would be good.
Well, they better. Yeah.
That would be the play. Oh, hey.
All right. Scalding hot takes, Smith.
Someone brought it.
Let's
Nice.
get into that. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
That was rude.
All right, so that was rude. I am the defending champ, so I will go first. Trev, you will go second today. Lieutenant Eric with the hammer, looking to get his first win.
Hello.
He's been feeling good about it. It's called his win earlier today, so we'll see where it goes. Scalding hot takes in a huge way brought back to you in the Nielsen Show by Clayburn Services. If you are looking for work, clayburnservices.com. They're looking for journeyman bricklayers. They're looking for apprentices. If you want to go make a bunch of money really quick and start a new career, Clayburn Services is the place to do it. Great people over there. Visit them, www.clayburnservices.com. All right, guys. Trevor, you ready? You got your takes ready to go?
Oh, I'm born ready. Let's go.
All right. Lieutenant Eric, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. He's all business. This guy's all business today. I love it. All right. Here we go. Scalding hot takes. Good luck, everyone.
Time now for Scalding Hot Takes.
The NFL only takes a week off before the Super Bowl because it doesn't want to compete with the CFL tampering window.
Careful, that takes hot.
Being good at football is like being good at making a sandwich. It's not that hard.
Hot take alert.
Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari is like Gio Reyna to Nottingham Forest.
That's a hot take.
If Craig Conroy doesn't trade Tanev to the Oilers, Sam Gagner should kick his ass again.
The hottest of takes.
I'd take Jack Campbell's cat over Connor Brown in a shootout.
Wow, scalding hot take.
Darwin Nunez hits more wood than a blind stripper wandering around a room of perverts getting penis enlargements.
Careful, that takes hot.
I feel sorry for the dancer in Vegas next week who has to listen to Awanik explain to her how those movements are bad for her hips long term.
Hot take alert.
Every original 6 teams' jerseys are trash, except for Chicago.
That's a hot take.
Manchester City will be using the number 115 as their shirt sponsor next season.
The hottest of takes.
Netflix new NASCAR show only has 5 episodes because that's as high as NASCAR fans can count.
Wow, scalding hot take.
I think I could score on Joaquin Gage.
Careful, that takes hot.
Marcus Rashford has scored more in Belfast this season than he has in Manchester.
Hot take alert.
The Oilers' transition game is so strong right now, Danielle Smith can't even sleep at night.
That's a hot take.
The only thing hotter than my hot takes is my new girlfriend.
The hottest of takes.
Chelsea Football Club have spent more money on useless junk than Dusty does on a weekly visit to Wayne's.
Wow, scalding hot take.
All right, there we go. Scalding hot takes. Let's go to the judge. His magistrate, his honor.
Very well done. Very well done, everyone. I loved the Eric going to the realm that no one really understands or has any interesting.
The Hamilton take must
The
be.
Hamilton take was very good. Trev trying to get brownie points with the old lady. But this is with Dusty with the repeat performance.
Wow.
Let's go. The Mets going to Vegas.
It's going to Vegas.
The Mets going to Vegas.
With Dusty. Well done, my friend.
Let's go. Fired up. Love it. Was it close? It was close.
It was close between you and Eric. Very
Oh.
close. Yeah. It went to the tiebreak.
Trev's just like brushing you
Yeah.
off right now.
I mean, I did give you extra points for the girlfriend, Trev, but keep your personal life out of my courtroom.
All right, there you go. Gage, you're on the hangout coming up here in about 14 minutes. Trev, did you just officially announce that you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, it's official.
It is official.
It's official.
Because we were talking about like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't official yet, so it's official now.
Yeah, it's official. Last night committed. So yeah, that's good.
Night?
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm
That's
super
good.
happy.
Look at this
It's
guy.
great.
Super
I was
happy.
like, oh my gosh, I'm in a relationship now, so it's good.
Wow.
I can't wait.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I'm pretty
so
happy.
nowadays, not to get too into the personal relationship here, but like, do you ask them to go steady? Is this how it works now, or like, is there a conversation?
Like, did I ask her to be my
did
girlfriend?
You say, yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
You did. Oh, cool.
Yeah, let's go.
That's so neat.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And, she was happy. I'm like, let's go. I was happy. That's official. Let's go.
Wow. Congratulations.
And then I lost today, so that sucks, but whatever.
Well, once again, Valentine's Day gift for any budget at Paris Jewelers. It is a pretty ballsy move to have an official girlfriend 2 weeks before Valentine's
Did you take
Day.
her out?
I like
was
that.
this the plan leading up into the evening, or it just kind of came out randomly?
Yeah, I was just like, like I said to you guys, been thinking about it for the last little bit, and then I just like, you know what? I like her a lot. Let's just do it. And I kind of spurred the moment, and it was a great night. So super happy.
Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations
Thanks,
to you
boys.
and the lucky lady.
Thanks, boys.
And
Appreciate it.
I love how Trev managed to get a full-time girlfriend before Tommy Gazzola.
He's taken. Yeah.
All right, you can hit us up at 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Big Dave is in and says, Dusty wins. That was gold. It's in from Big Dave. And congrats to Trev for landing a girlfriend. This is a good day. What is it? February 1st, 2024.
13 days.
YouTube Trev gets a girlfriend.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I was like,
Valentine's Day.
I was like, oh gosh.
Do you think you could have waited until like
Probably.
February 20th or something?
Yeah, probably. I know.
It's going to cost you a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
That's
That's one
okay.
thing I was thinking.
Yeah,
Whatever.
That's okay. Strummy's in and says EST power couple. This is the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing. Pretty much the exact same thing.
I think so.
I think that's the exact same thing. Congratulations. Also, I'd like to apologize to NASCAR fans. My one take on the NASCAR fans not being able to count to 5. I'm gonna watch this show, and maybe I become a NASCAR fan. Maybe if I got sucked into Formula One because of a show, will I get sucked into NASCAR also because of a show?
And people are loving your political takes as well. You're.
Yeah, well,
nobody's called you woke or anything. It's amazing.
That one, I just wanted to admit. That's it. We're moving along. It's actually an Oilers take, so let's just leave it at that. Big Maple Sports Cards is in and says, have you heard of Paris Jewelers? YouTube, Trev. Yeah, Trev, are you aware? Are you familiar with the
I'm
Paris
well aware.
Jewelers?
Yeah.
Order online.
Yeah. All right, so hit us up in the nasty chat or at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Kurt on a Grader says, all the main F1 reporters are saying it's a done deal. So there we go.
The official website never really puts stuff out anyways until after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're always going to wait on that a little
in
bit.
anything, right?
Guys, I hate to break it to you, Trevor, from one Trevor to another. Whether or not you asked her to be your girlfriend last night, you were already committed to a Valentine's Day, whether you know it or not. Probably a pretty good point. You've been hanging out with her for quite some time, right?
Yeah. Window, hey?
Yeah, I don't think that really changes. Lucas is in from Whale and the Wolf and says, Trev, does your girlfriend needed another ticket for the Whale and the Wolf show?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
And Gore?
And Gore, yeah.
That's a good one. Well, this is exciting. And it's exciting that the Mitt is going to be coming with us to
That's
Vegas.
the main story.
The Mitt gets to go to the Sphere. The Mitt gets to go to Circus Swim.
Yeah.
The Mitt gets to go to, where else are we going? Oh, Top Golf. Oilers game, obviously.
But you're responsible, which is why I chose to throw Scalding Hot Takes this morning.
You threw Scalding Hot Takes. He said you finished second. You threw takes and still finished second.
It's coming to Vegas, but I don't have to look after it this time.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
'Cause I did have to lug it around and put it in my pocket. You got to maybe put a string on it.
I should put a string
Turn it
on
into
it.
a necklace.
I should
Been
put
a dream,
string
right?
on it.
Put a little ice, put a little bling, go to PJ's.
That would be pretty good. Van Owen says NASCAR is the WWE of motorsports. Any series that throws a yellow for competition purposes can't be taken seriously. Dusty, drive the NASCAR when you're in Vegas. Your respect level will change. What do you mean drive the NASCAR?
The NASCAR?
Is there a NASCAR in Vegas you can go drive? Is that a thing? I'm curious about that one. I think I want to watch a couple of episodes just to see what that world is like.
Well, the tennis did a show. Didn't suck you in, hey?
No, I didn't have time for tennis. I didn't even really get into the golf one either.
Everybody was thinking, though, that it was just going to be lockstep. Like, now tennis is going to never really hit.
Guys, has anyone mentioned Captain Quint from Jaws? That's a pick for the
Got him
draft.
on my
I think.
list.
Classic. It is on our list.
He is a heart pick for me, 100%.
When you go look at lists of captains, he pops up on quite a few of them. Like, he's a top 10 guy.
Great. I mean, talk about characters and moments and you know, just lines and everything like such as that. But I don't know. You put Captain Quint on your roster. Does it stick out to the passing by voter?
All right, let's get into the grand finale for William Huff. Visit them at williamhuff.com. They've been doing their job since 1972, so you know they're good at it. Get your place to look as good as ours right here. This is actually just a wall right here. But they made it look so damn good, you never know. It looks like a real fancy background.
This ain't Winnipeg Sports Talk.
Yeah. Winnipeg Sports Talk and your green screens. Unbelievable. But William Huff, visit them, williamhuff.com. We're actually going to chat with the folks over at William Huff. We've had some meetings in the last few days that will require us to have like a tent. That's all I'm going to say for now.
A tent?
A tent. But, you know, like not a full-blown tent like we're sleeping in.
Army issue.
But like the covered, like a cover, like a
tent,
EST pop-up tent. Because, we've had some meetings. Both meetings we went to, we were asked, do you guys have a pop-up tent? And Maddie and I decided when we left these meetings that, yes, we are going to get a pop-up tent.
Wouldn't mind, though. Just go the distance, get a full, like, triage.
Full tent. Like in MASH.
Exactly.
Like the setup in MASH. That's our setup.
We could live in there if we wanted for a week or two.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Anyway, we're going to have to get one of those pop-up tents, which should be pretty good. Pretty sure Bruce and the team over William Huff can make that look absolutely amazing. All right, what'd you learn on the show today, buddy?
We woke up to the news. I think it's been more set in stone now as the morning's gone on, albeit F1.com hasn't put it up on the site, but Lewis Hamilton switching from Mercedes to Ferrari. Look, hockey's off for the week. Obviously, some results last night, but in a week in sports, the trade, but that was yesterday. It's the Hamilton news. That's what we kind of learned, and we're still learning throughout the morning.
That was the big one. And we learned that Trev is officially in a relationship.
Off the board.
Yeah.
Tampering window is ended. He's everybody listening, taken. So you can stop with the I know he gets a lot of proposals and phone numbers just sent
all you
in
lady nasties out there.
during pre and post.
Practicum just bring in a thing of coffee?
Full box. Yeah, full bladder.
What's the Practicum kid doing bringing in?
You lose a bet.
A
This
huge
is
thing
for
of
Trev,
coffee. Is that for
maybe.
you, Trev? Did he text you, say, do you want something? You're like, bring me in a full box of coffee.
No, that's nice.
What a nice little surprise from Zacticum.
Maybe it's just for himself.
My goodness.
Maybe that's
that's
how he... Give me the big one.
That's great. All right, let's get to your sound of the day today.
You found it.
Yeah, we did find it. This was a last-second find. We're sitting here probably for like 20 minutes before the show today. I'm trying different USB sticks. I'm searching hard. I'm like, I cannot find the DRS song. It's driving me nuts. And then while we were playing the 6 o'clocker song, I just kind of went on the computer. I don't even know which folder I searched, but I found it. And we got it. And it's huge. We love it.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
Oh, the DRS song. I love it. By the way, you know what else I love today? This. Fourth mic set up in studio. Nielson Show songs brought to you by Sport Ball. If your kids love sports, they will absolutely love Sport Ball. You can sign them up young. They can try a bunch of different sports. They can learn a bunch of different sports in like a really fun, positive atmosphere. And then as they get a little bit older, they branch off into like some individual sports programs. It's run by great people. All the instructors are great. Visit them, www.sportball.ca. We would not lead you down the wrong road here. An excellent program for people with kids.
5-tool player, right?
And
5-tool player.
I saw you asking people if anybody got their takes. Do you have your takes here? Can you read them to me again? I want to see if I get any of your takes.
I only do them for Matt Iwanek.
Okay.
He's the only one in the world
I
that
wonder if I
understands
understand any of them, though. Let's give them to me.
You understand the Lewis Hamilton one.
Okay, what was the Hamilton one again? It was
him to Ferrari is like Nottingham Forest acquiring Gio Reyna.
I also don't get that. I don't understand the Nottingham Forest part.
Manchester City in the number 115. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
Marcus Rashford scoring more in Belfast this season than he has in Manchester. You get that one? No? He's been partying a bit in Belfast.
Well, and I know Rashford from FIFA, so I didn't know he was a party boy, though.
Yeah, he's
but okay, I kind of get that.
Screwing in Belfast. Scoring, you know, sex. Chelsea Football Club, they've spent a lot of money this season, and it hasn't translated to success. So I use that as you going to Wayne's.
Yeah.
I use the term junk, which I don't, Wayne's doesn't, but you know what I mean, for the spirit of the take. You spend on stuff you don't need there, and that's what they do. Then Darwin Nunez, he's leading, he's hit 9 posts this season. The person in second place, 3.
Oh, boy.
He hit 3 yesterday. He had a hat trick of posts
How's
yesterday.
that possible?
Hitting the woodwork is what they call it. So I said he's hit more wood than a blind stripper wandering around a room of perverts getting penis enlargements.
By the way, I did a break last night with cars from Wayne's. It was only a 5-box mixer.
Tight one, eh?
Dylan Cousins auto, Dylan Holloway auto, Matt Boldy auto, and a redemption card for Matty Beniers auto. It was insane. It was one of the best 5-box mixers we've ever done.
Can you name who are some of maybe the big winners in the break? Anybody?
I can't remember who.
No?
No, I can't remember who, but not who you were thinking. All right, let's get to your text of the day today for A&W.
Play the song, damn it.
Yeah, okay, I will.
No,
I didn't play it today,
swear,
right? Yeah. Let's do this for A&W. How about a little live line to read here? A&W Spicy Dill Pickle Mama Burger is back. Available for limited time only. This thing's almost done. It's now available. Slathered in creamy spicy dill pickle sauce. Can't go wrong.
Nice night, nice place for a date, eh? A nice, yeah.
People are wondering, Trev, is your girlfriend going to make you shave off your mustache?
Yeah, she was bringing it up, but no, it's staying.
Oh, thank God.
Why would she? But that's how you.
Oh, boy.
That's me. It's who I am. It's part of who I am.
I don't want this to come across weird in any way, but you are way better looking with your mustache. Like
Thanks,
your
bro.
face is made for a mustache. It's a great looking mustache.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
she's not weird at all.
Without one, though?
She should be proud of your
Well,
mustache.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It is interesting because not a lot of people like. I don't even think it's. I don't know, but yeah, no, she doesn't really like it, but it's staying.
The text of the day today from Sheldon in a white garbage truck. You got it? Sheldon in a white garbage truck.
I'm on it.
Ferrari to Lewis Hamilton.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, son.
That was early on.
Yeah.
7:09. There
That's
we go.
nice.
Yeah.
What are we watching tonight, buddy? What do you got?
Well, Molyneux is the place this afternoon.
Molyneux. Sounds like a tricky one.
I'll toss that one on. Wolves and Man United, as well West Ham and Bournemouth, are rounding out match day 22 of 38 on the Premier League schedule. Yeah, Lakers Celtics. That was your cool bet. You went there with the hotline of the day. Did you not? Yes, you did.
Yeah, I will be hate watching Darvin Ham tonight.
Yeah.
That's my plan there.
Yeah, and the good Eastern tip-off for you. So you got, order in some Mr. Mikes or something and hate watch the Celtics and Lakers. 76ers Jazz, another tight matchup as well. Knicks, they're on a run too as they welcome in the Pacers. So some good quality tonight, not a lot of quantity around the NBA. And of course, NHL, like it's the PWHL 3-on-3, the draft, all that.
Lots going on.
Tomfoolery, right? Jamie McLennan, Luke Gazdic will be out there having fun. Those fun boys, hey, kicking up their heels.
Hangout is coming up right here. The Wrap, obviously brought to you by William Huff. If you want your place, you want to take your business to a little bit more of a professional level, team up with the crew over at William Huff. Van Owen slides in just late here and says, I am not okay with this Hamilton stuff. Just rattled. He's invested thousands of dollars in like 3 Mercedes t-shirts. All right, that's going to do it for us. For YouTube, Trev, the relationship boy, and Lieutenant Eric, I'm Dustin Nielson. Stick around. The Hangout is coming up right now. Gage is going to be there. Tommy Gazzola. Matajan's coming in, I think, and Maddie Iwanek will have you. Make sure you turn on the autoplay, and YouTube will take you straight on over to the Hangout. If you are listening on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you'll get a little dose of Whale on the Wolf, and then the Hangout will be underway. Lock Shop today. Hustle and I are going to dive into some NHL futures. I'm sure Hustle will have something great to say about the Kansas City Chiefs, too, because he loves that team. And then we will have 2 guys and a goalie today, and we will be breaking down that Lindholm trade. How did the Oilers respond? Could the Oilers actually go through the whole deadline without making a move? And would fans not lose their minds?
Do
we'll
they
get
need
into
to
that
respond?
as well.
Yeah.
Fun morning here, though, at Edmonton Sports Talk. Lots of great content still coming your way. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great day and take it easy.